All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rekt After Dark. I'm Brian the Broken, and you know what? Sable isn't here today. We got Neil. We got young Valib, the man, the legend, and Jmu, as always, the tried and true. How's it going, guys?
Hi.
Chilling, man.
Yo, straight vibes.
Dude, a lot of vibes here today.
Thursday vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Show already improved. That is right.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we got some of the cutest minds. We also have some of we're the what? 6 eyes? No. 3? And we have glasses. That's all I'm trying to say.
A lot of glasses.
We're cute boys with glasses. That's kind of our
eyes.
thing.
12 eyes, yeah.
But yeah. A lot's been going on, I feel like, in the League community. Bjergsen retired. Worlds has continued to go on without anyone from NA or Europe, and so I stopped watching, and then and then we have Rekt League. So what's got you guys the most excited for this week? What's got your juices flowing?
Honestly, for me, I'm excited to see the King Crab up top, Scuttle. They've been busting some nuts up there, and they're putting on a show. I want to see if they can keep it up and secure the 1 spot.
I know. I mean, I feel like we're gonna get real hot and heavy into like dishing the dirt and our thoughts and opinions on all the teams like real soon. So I'm just gonna kind of like bite my tongue because I definitely got some thoughts that I want to like spit, but I'm just gonna kind of like hold myself.
A lot
back.
of thoughts there.
Yeah, I got lots of thoughts. I got more than 10 thoughts. I got 10,000 thoughts. What about you, Jmu? What's your week been like? What's been getting your juices going?
Week's been good. Finally got my first work happy hour in the books since March for unrelated reasons. Just kidding. Very related reasons. Everyone knows about them. But that was fun. In Rekt League terms, this week's gonna be good.
This is like the week. This is the week for Ocean.
As much as we've tried, we still I think we still have a chance. It might not be completely in our control, but I think it's possible.
You always control your own destiny. I believe.
Not always, and I think we're past that, but it's we still have a good chance based on the matchups that are out there. Yeah. So that's all we need. That's all we need for the roster roulette squad is a chance.
There you go. I think you've got exactly one more chance, and so this is it. So you really wait until the end.
Hell of an opponent, dude. We waited for the rivalry.
They're gonna make it count though.
I mean, honestly, yeah, you're getting Gromp when they're down, didn't they? They lost a game to Raptors, so like you kind of caught the Toads at the right time. These aren't the like strong, thick frogs that you're used to. These are just kind of like maybe like some skewered toads that you might be able to have your way with.
Exactly. That I mean, we always play them tough. Took a game off the Immortal Infernal last year in the playoffs, and we'll try again this time. See how it goes.
Yeah, so I think just based off what we have for the show, we are going to be doing power rankings. Power rankings is always spicy, it's always fun, and it always takes a hell of a long time. So we're just going to go do a quick stock checkup right now and see what's going on in the market before we jump right into power rankings.
I got you this last graphic.
Ooh, you got me the last graphic?
Smooth like that.
Ooh, baby. So while I go download and put that graphic in, why don't we take a quick look at just the current standings of the stock market? To be honest, it feels like the stock market, shocker to no one, people have invested really heavily in Ocean, and a lot of people have paid for it. These
it is Raisin, by the way.
These lines are going down. Raisin's not on cam right now, but we can put it back on.
Taking a potty break, but she'll be back.
Yeah, so Neil, how's your stock journey been? We haven't really had a lot of like guest appearances from some good
Dude,
old
my stock
analysts.
journey has been it's been a little up and down, you know. I was taking the rather boring route, you might say, not
Yep.
being very inventive with my investments early on. Um, a lot of it just kind of, I don't know, like I'm a big fan of like the control your own destiny type thing. So most of
Mm.
my investments were in Gromp early on. I was kind of pretty much just investing in only one team, like the higher variance approach, you might say, or lower variance depending on which way you take it. But I think that the principal analyst in the real stock market would tell you it's the higher variance route to just kind of go on one thing rather than diversifying your portfolio, which we've seen both of you folks do early on. But we took a bit of a hit on some of those investments, and we're like middle of the road right now. We're playing the long con here, so we're just trying to shore up a little bit of money in the next couple of weeks before playoffs, just so we can start getting up to like buying 5 of like the higher seeds for the playoffs.
No, man. Yeah, I'm all in the penny stock market. I'm just like trying to find my bargain. I'm trying to find what's good, what's looking good, and what's on sale. I want that heavily discounted. It
Of
might get
course.
you a couple points. I'm not looking for like the best thing ever. I'm not looking for that like premium fillet of bramble or gromp, but like that's way too pricey for me. If I can maybe get that like flank steak or strip steak that maybe has like a little bit of extra meat on there that maybe you just add a little bit of seasoning to it and you can get a little extra mileage out of it. That's kind of what I've been looking for
Yep.
in my stock buys. Just taking a quick look at the buy chart. I'm going for Sentinels. So kind of leading into what we have after this, we have Sentinels versus Scuttle Crab after this. I'm saying Scuttle's going down. Scuttle is so overvalued.
Oh yeah.
They are the king crab. The king crab's legs are definitely not in season. They're the price is jacked right now.
I mean,
But
we'll go into that in the rankings, but like, they just had an easy schedule
I know.
so
Yeah,
far.
that's what I've been biting my tongue
That's it.
saying. You said it, not me.
I mean, I was part of it, so I can admit it.
But yeah, so just take a quick look. Once again, Ocean is the most bought stock. 19 total buys for Ocean, sitting at 1326 for that value. What do you think is going through these analysts' head? Was there a lot of show of promise during last week's games? Was there some bright spots that kind of had the people going?
I'll answer that second.
They had some twinkles for sure, but we're also seeing post lock, and we're seeing a bit of a new look for Ocean. So they're trying stuff. I like it. You know what they've been working with. Haven't seen the best results with, and they're like, you know what, it's time to nut up or shut up. And so they're throwing a new look out there on the Rift this week, and people got faith in them.
Yeah, and
I hear that Dr. Professor Mr. Papa Neat's making his Rekt League debut for season 7 in the top lane. Oh, actually, no, he debuted in support, but he's making his top lane debut this week.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually kicked some big booty in the sub league. I think it was last week on like Vlad up there.
Oh my god!
So I'm really excited to see how he does this week.
Yeah, that was wild. I'm definitely excited to see Mr. Neat playing. I think like just based off that one game, or those like couple games in sub league, he was nutty. I miss that Mr. Neat. I love mid Neat is great. Like support Neat is great, but top Neat, that's that good shit. That's the stuff that gets me pumped. And it's not even Cho'Gath. They didn't even have to see the Cho'Gath. He's free of Shu's reign of terror saying play Cho'Gath. He gets to play what he wants. He took Shu's Vlad and he was dumpstering nerds. It was awesome.
That was insane, man. That play. I mean, I submitted that for Rekt top 5. I know it was in main league, but still, that was a hype play, and that kind of stuff is that's what you want to see. And we've been struggling. Got me a little insider knowledge here. We've been struggling, and trying to change it up. If you see someone popping off in sub league and doing great in normal games, give them a chance. See if we can pick up a couple wins. That's all we need is to get a ticket to the dance is a couple wins between this week and next week. So play the hot hand. That's what we're doing.
Ticket to the dance, indeed. It's a good way to put it.
That's all you need. You got to get in the door, and then you get
Chip in a chair, man.
You can get a dance with the prom queen or king. Just need a chance.
Just one shot, one opportunity. If you you can capture it or let it slip. But yeah, stocks, they're there. everyone's investing in Ocean. There's not a whole lot to say other than everyone's investing in Ocean.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. I actually decided to not invest in Ocean this week. I think I've been burnt by them too many times. My wallet's definitely feeling it. So yeah, I'm trying Sentinels out. I'm kind of feeling like this is their week. And I've in my past memory, Sentinels has always played Scuttlecrab pretty hard. They rode them hard, played them hard. And I'm kind of expecting a little bit more of the same, and kind of going back to like some of those little roster swaps, or not really roster swaps, but role swaps. Mouse Mazin is going to be playing in the top lane against Endo, who I think is maybe the 9th best top laner, so he could really be taken advantage of up there. So this is probably a good strategic move from them, kind of just pushing their player, their money player, the big money bags, kind of around the map to where he can get some good advantages.
Yeah, so it's looked like so Endo's kind of had quite the ride then. Speaking of the rides, so I think we heard some glimmers of maybe him being like the 5th or 6th best top laner last week, but throughout the during that we've seen his practice the past couple of days, and he's downgraded to 9th, and I think that's rightly so.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to inflate his ego too much going into the games. He's going to be right now. He's going through his pre-game routine, like drinking egg yolks, giving himself a pep talk in the mirror. And honestly, at this point, he just needs to kind of remember where he is. Don't climb too high. Don't fly too close to the sun, especially because you're going to be against Mouse Mazing. But again, that's going to be a topic for some Rekt After Dark cross-league conference action. But let me just ask you, are you ready for the power rankings?
No one's ever ready. No one's ready.
I'm not ready. I try and steer clear of power rankings because they we've had some spicy stuff in the past where it can get a little bit heated. Some feelings can get hurt, but you know what? We're going back to it. We haven't learned our lesson yet,
man.
So
that's that good shit.
All right. So with that, Neil, you were not a part of this because we did not know that Sable was going to not show up. I mean, you can never know these things. It's sometimes life. Life gets in the way.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. Fate said that Sable should not be here, and you should be here to kind of take a look at these power rankings. What we did is just us, the Rad Boys, Darth Ted included, who is, I don't know what he's doing. I'm assuming he's working, but he also might be doing something else. I think he just doesn't like us anymore at this point. He's been evading for too long. We just took... we voted on what was going to be, who was the top, what were the placings, and then we took the average of them. So let's get right into it.
Looks like Sable's home. Do we want to add him in?
Nah, I'm good, because then I have to fuck up all the cameras.
All right.
He missed a shot. Yeah, he missed a shot. All right. So just going down the list real quick. Bramble in first, Gromp in second, Infernal third, Raptors in fourth, Scuttles in fifth, Krug sixth, Mountain seventh, Sentinels, Air, Ocean 8th, 9th, 10th.
So is this an average of all of
This is the average.
Okay.
Thoughts? What are your initial impressions when you see this, Val? What looks good? What looks very not good?
So most concerning to me is seeing Scuttle averaging out in 5th here, yet they're currently the #1 seed. Although I think Jamu kind of already touched about that.
I got 3 words for that. It's strength of schedule.
Yep. I was gonna put in 2 words and say schedule strength, but I think
you did it more efficient than me. There you go.
I also kind of, as a Grompet, it's nice to see us at second, but we also weren't looking all that strong last week, so second might be kind of generous.
I put you at third.
I think that as of like the current moment, third is probably more realistic, but we'll find our stride hopefully soon. I mean, excited to see what we're seeing. Like the biggest thing I'm looking at is like where the average rankings are right now compared to where people are currently ranked. So it looks like maybe a slight switcheroo with like 6, 7, 8 here, like Krug's Mountain Sentinels. So it looks like we got some new faith in the new Krugs lineup, and I like it. I'm excited to see kind of what Mind's Desire can do. Excited to see how Grandma Nut is in the mid lane. And I agree that I do think Krugs can probably pull out a couple dubs here. But yeah, seeing Mountain slip to 7th is a little bit concerning. They definitely
Yeah.
like started out really strong, and like I think they have a very like solid core. But they're down there in 7th. So I don't know if that's like a direct result of like, you know, the legendary Cop Nunu mid or what. The Dark Harvest Nunu mid. Let's not forget that part. But yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So I think that where you rate Mountain, just based off their last week, falls into place with how you rate Scuttle Crab, right? So they
Yeah.
lost 0-2 to Scuttle Crab, and if we're putting Scuttle Crab at 5th, then you're assuming that they're not 5th, that they must be
Right.
6th or 7th. Um, and Krugs may or may not be suffering from just some recency bias in the sense that they didn't play last week. The week before that, Covert Panda was out, so they just
Mhm.
they didn't quite look like their full strength. So it's really been almost 3 weeks since we've seen Krugs at their full strength. So like I was not willing to put them too low because when they were looking good, they looked good, and now they've also had almost like 2 weeks to kind of get things together. And also, Covert Panda's well rested. He's gotten a vacation. I don't know how many other AD carries have gotten vacations, so he's definitely well rested coming into this week. But
He's well rested and fantastic.
well rested, fantastic, and like Scuttle. You're 7-1, where no one's gonna take that away from you. That's beautiful. It's awesome. I
Mhm.
don't think I've ever been 7-1. So if I can't do it, then like surely you're the better man. But strength of schedule. Come on.
I mean, they did 2-0 Mountain, and that's like their main. I feel like that's their main comparison right now for
Right.
all of us. But 4 of their 7 wins were against Ocean and Air, who are struggling mightily for the most part. They did 1-1 against Raptors, and we're all consensus pretty much Raptors is doing pretty well. Honestly, they don't have a a trademark like win opponent that on their entire schedule except for Infernal in week 7. There's no Gromp, there's no Bramble. Infernal is really it, and that's week 7. So right now it's hard to say that they're the best or top 2 or any of that when you got other teams beating other good teams and playing much harder schedules. So it's kind of tough to give them that credit right now.
Mm-hmm. And so like here's a conversation I want to dive into really quickly because I think going into the season, no one was really sure how good Raptors was going to be. Raptors has always looked like pretty good, and then like they've had some like macro things that like kind of threw away some of their early game advantages. This season that doesn't look to be the case. And like I think they look really good. Valve, you can probably speak a lot more to this because recency. But like, where do you rank? So Raptors, I think, is sitting at 5-3 currently. Maybe quote me on that. 5-5. So Raptors is currently sitting at 5-5, whereas Scuttlecrab's 7-1. But Scuttlecrab's sitting at 5th. Do you think Raptors is better than Scuttlecrab? And why?
So let me. All right, we're gonna give you a political answer, but we will answer the question. So I remember like watching Raptors. I think week 1 they were playing like Bramble, and like, sorry, this is kind of flame, but like Raptors looked like really bad that week, like really bad, and I was kind of concerned because I remember they had like some like major CS gaps, particularly like mid jungle, were down quite a bit. But like they've definitely shored that up since, right? So they've like grown way more as a team than I thought they would have. So early on in the season, I like kind of counted them out in a sense, or like, you know, didn't think that they would be like major contenders. But they've definitely proven me wrong in that sense. They've like definitely grown a ton, and like Chadmatic, charismatic, dude can carry hard. Rune's been putting in a lot of work, and you know, Pogza has definitely improved a lot. Like, you know, we were seeing like the 3 CS per minute, like LeBlanc and Galio. You know, that's no more. That's no more, right? We got one shot American Sniper Zoe on deck here now, and which is awesome. And so I think that they can definitely take it to Scuttle. I think a lot of it will hinge upon which endo we're getting on that day. Are we getting animal control endo, or are we getting turbo endo? Because I think kind of how the Raptors operate is that essentially like many of their leads are generated by top lane in combination with the jungle. You typically see like runes able to go even or maybe gain a slight advantage. Or sorry, not rune, Pogs in the mid lane go even or gain a slight advantage. But I haven't actually seen Pogs like take over a game. But we definitely seen that from charismatic in combination with rune oftentimes. So I think if Endo can, or if charismatic can kind of conquer Endo, then it's definitely Raptors favored. But if Endo can just go 10-0 big croc style, then sorry Raptors, it's going to be a rough one. But so to answer your question, do I think Raptors are better than Scuttle? Yes.
We got there.
Yeah, and like I don't, because Scuttle and Raptors are not in the same conference, and they didn't play each other week. What was it? 3? No, I don't think. No. Oh, they did. Okay. Yeah. So they did play. Yeah, that was the week that they did 2-0. But yeah, I think that you're right. There was a lot of growth that kind of, because they did make some roster swaps. Emily is awesome, which is now, I know that is how you're supposed to pronounce that. It just kind of looks like a random string of letters, but slowly the stars started to align and I started seeing a lot more clearly. And it turns out it translates to the support being Emily is awesome. They've done some roster swaps, and I think they've been playing a lot more. They look a lot better. Rune has been huge in their victories. When Rune pops off, those are the games that those are the ones you live for. If you're a Raptors fan, and a lot of that has been on the back of Hecarim. So I also just wonder if if you take away the Hecarim, what happens? But no one's willing to do it.
The game that Scuttle played Raptor, or the series they played each other, in game 2, Raptors won game 1. Raptors banned the Hecarim, probably to take it away from Adolma. So who's to say Adolma would have even played it? Could have been a 2-0 there.
True.
That's interesting.
All right, so that was one of my points that I want to talk about. Next thing, are we 100% certain Bramble is the best, and why?
Based on this list, I don't think we can be, because the Bramble and Gromp haven't played yet. Kind of so far, I think that Bramble is definitely shown to be better than Gromp. I think Gromp's been pretty inconsistent, at least in a couple points, right? So I think it's fair not to have Gromp at the top. Have Bramble and Infernal played each other?
Bramble and Infernal, I do not think.
I don't think so. So it's really hard to make that comparison as well. So kind of given the matchups that we have seen, I think it's fair to put Bramble at the 1 spot. But I think there'll be some fireworks next week when Bramble and Gromp play each other.
Yeah, and I mean, it also could be said that they have had an easier schedule too. Both of their cross-conference games have been against Mountain and is going to be against Air. So presumably, I mean, obviously, based off these rankings, none of those teams are really that close. It wasn't like they got paired up against Infernal or Scuttle, so we don't really know that. But that being said, I also want to kind of use this as a pivot to talking about the individual conference power rankings. At the top here, you see in the top five, you see 3 of the Jungle Conference and 2 of what's the other one? River.
Yeah.
How do we rank these conferences and what team looks better based off the conference? Because I think that could also factor into why the Scuttle effect of why they might look so low here.
Yeah, so I actually think looking at the top 4 might be a more appropriate comparison.
Okay, sure.
Because we're seeing from the top 4, there's 3 that are in Jungle Conference versus 1 of the River Conference. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's kind of expected to where if you are randomizing conferences without just completely randomizing the conferences, chances are, I don't know, some people will be like, no, it's 50% that they'll be equal. I don't know. Chances are, I feel more realistically, one conference will be stronger than the other.
Yeah.
But I think kind of with the double elim format of playoffs, it doesn't entirely matter all that much, because I think playoffs are just seeds are just by straight overall rankings, correct? Or are they divided by conference?
No, it is split up by the conference.
Let
Oh,
me
So it'd be,
let me
it'd be
pull it
like
up real quick.
yeah, it'd be the three
Hey.
seed, the 3 seed of. So this isn't actually the
No, this isn't the most updated one.
no.
All right, then we're
Okay.
going back to our faces.
So
Get it off here before Crack has an aneurysm.
yeah, so then I can't really speak to like the playoff format then because I haven't seen the updated one, but
I'll send it to you.
it's all good. I don't know. I think like having the double elim format kind of alleviates some of those potential like differences in conferences. Um, and I mean, I don't know. I think like as a first attempt into the conference thing, I'm pretty happy with how it's been going.
Agreed. So, kind of thought exercise because we're not going to see Bramble Infernal until maybe playoffs. Maybe we'll never see it. Who's stronger there? And do you think that that would be a close game? Because, I mean, we did see Pickle Popper get the debut against Shu when Shu was playing on Krugs. And, I mean, game one was a bit rough for Pickle Popper. And then I think the game two, Krugs just kind of fell apart. Shu has almost always gotten the better of Pickle Popper. Like they've met so many times at this point, whether it be playoffs, regular season, and he always plays even. But I mean, yeah, Shu just has such a potential to pop off. And do you think that Gromp actually plays into Bramble better, where you could say that if they go head to head, Gromp might be able to attack some of the positions where Bramble can't really, I don't know, get those like early snowball leads.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gromp matches up pretty well into Bramble. I mean, especially like historically, right? So like
And I
we
meant
saw.
Gromp for all that. I'm used to talking about Old Infernal. Sorry.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
like you know we
last
seen
season.
like a fair amount of these matchups already play out for like 5, 10 games, like like 5, 6, 7 games last season. And I think that the old Infernal, so now like new Gromp folks, kind of have proven that they match up pretty well. I think it's just kind of like with regard to mid lane specifically, I think Shu's playstyle just works well into Pickle's playstyle. And that's not to say that, Shu is drastically better than Pickle. They just play a bit differently. But I think Shu's playstyle just is more beneficial in that matchup between those two in like an isolated 1v1.
I'd agree with that.
Also, like with regard to jungle pressure, last season we didn't see Sasha have a ton of jungle pressure in mid lane, so that can definitely contribute to like how the mid lane matchup went. Pickle was often kind of just left on his own, whereas Zabel would sometimes, make his way into mid, but it wasn't always entirely needed. So it's kind of, different junglers now. So and we're also seeing a bit of a different look from Bramble. So potentially could be Pickle favored, though I still think Shu should do pretty well in that matchup. I'm very excited to see how Nullark versus Cobalt goes. Nullark has been he's been putting in the work in the gym. He does not skip leg day. He's impressed me a lot. He's been able to parry some like really strong top laners that I thought might give him some trouble early on. Like Grandma Nut, I thought might have had a chance to crack the code. I thought Chad Maddock might have been able to do it, but no, like Nullark clapped Chad Maddock early on. Although, as I mentioned, the Raptor squad has definitely grown a ton, so I don't put a ton of stock into how they looked in like week 2 or whatever it was, or week 1. But I think a lot of Bramble's success will depend on how kind of J Herbo and Latin Buddha do into Rovian and Spence Champ. So that's for me, that's a pretty hype matchup. I know Jay Herbo is definitely a big Herbo fan, and I'm sure he's ready to lock in Vayne no matter what. So we'll see if it works.
That's kind of where I was leaning. Comparing last year's Bramble roster to this year's Bramble roster, the main difference would be, in my opinion, that bot lane. And if you look at just raw stats so far, it looks like Jay Herbo is kind of outperforming the former AD carry for Brambleback.
Who was the former AD carry?
Darth Fred, I think his name was.
Darth Shred.
Just in raw stats, I mean, Darth Head is amazing AD carry, but Herbo's been putting up kind of crazy numbers. It's been 8 games compared to 23 total, so it's hard to do a straight up comparison there. But in my opinion, Gromps or the former Infernal, either one, whatever you want to call it, their main weakness has always kind of been that bot lane. That's like the way to attack them. I mean, you can't really go at Shu and kind of put him down because it's kind of inevitable that he's going to farm up and
He's like
be an issue.
Frankenweenie. You can't put the dog down because he keeps on getting back up.
Sure. Yeah, and Cobalt's just getting better and better at playing that top lane game where you just never die and farm up and be relevant. He's gotten amazingly good at that over the seasons. So the bot lane is really the point to attack in my opinion, and Bramble's got the way to do it with J Herbo and
See, so I mean, I'm looking at the man face to face. If I were attacking Gromp, I'd be attacking Valor. I mean,
Hit me.
I think that that's actually the point of like where you can actually take advantages, because Rovian and Spence when they want to are really good at playing that defensive style. Like,
sure are.
As Darth Ted has said many times, I don't know if he said it on stream, but he's definitely said it, that like they're really good at being defensive, but they're not going to make the play onto you. J Herbo's going to try and bring that play to you. So it's kind of that idea of like, can they withstand it? That being said, both Spence and Latin Buddha have both shown really, really good games, but also some a little bit inty games where they get caught a little bit too much, trying to either go for wards or whatever supports do nowadays, roaming to mid to gang for Shu. But I think that if both supports can kind of hang out and chill, I think that Rovian has a good enough, and Gromp in general has a good enough macro strategy to be able to survive whatever's coming to them. Because, I mean, you also have to imagine, and I mean, I'm not going to try and pretend I know what's going on in the Gromp locker room. They're probably talking about trying to send Val bottom to cover for this bot lane, and how they can try and help them survive. So, I mean, this is definitely a lot of like future talk for next week. But that being said, I think that both these teams play into each other really well. And the difference between number 1 and number 2 isn't huge. But I think overall, just also the play style of Bramble, their fast victories, their high tempo play style definitely plays better into just the current meta. But yeah, what else is exciting to you here?
I mean, so that's the top of the standings. We just kind of went into, but what about the bottom? Who's missing the playoffs? Because there's 2 teams that miss playoffs, and it's. I don't think anyone is officially eliminated yet.
It's definitely not official. Can't count it out yet. Anything can happen.
Not official.
Yeah, it's definitely like a 50-50 whether or not Ocean makes it. Yeah, I mean, I think all the analysts put Ocean. I think all the analysts put Bramble as number 1 and Ocean as last.
It's
From
fair.
there,
Very
everything
fair.
else was had variety. But yeah, I mean, the highest that we saw Air being put was actually fourth from the bottom, so 6th, or 7th technically according to this chart.
Yeah.
By Darth Ted. Where do you think about that? Putting Air after one performance against Ocean. Well, they did look really good, and they did clench out that game 2 victory, showed some moral resolve. How do you think they stack up against maybe someone like Mountain, who also went 0-2 last weekend against Scuttlecrab, but in general has just had a better season?
Ooh, that's a hard one. It's hard because like we saw such a new look from Air, like even just with like role assignments last week, that like going off of like, you know, such a small sample size is tricky to say the least. Although the fact that they are mixing it up and that it worked out for them like gives me hope. So I think 7 might be a bit ambitious, but you definitely can't count them out. I think kind of looking at their schedule though, like they play Bramble and then they're done, correct? Like they don't have a last week matchup. So
Week 7 bye.
Yeah, in that regard, like I think 7 is ambitious but doable. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's hard to say. I think Mountain has just been a more consistent team for sure. So in that regard, I think Mountain should be ranked higher than Air. But you know, anything's possible. Definitely don't hate the idea of it. I think it's a bit generous, but it's plausible.
All right. So my last question for you guys before we do a quick take a look at the anonymous box, see if we got any questions in there. just looking at any of these teams that are going like first, second, fourth, third, sixth, fifth, like looking at those matchups, and we're starting to think about playoffs, and maybe just like these direct matchups, maybe not ignoring what their overall standings are and how good they are. What kind of upsets do you think we might see here as we are rolling into playoffs?
I think there's potential for Raptors to pick off some of the beefy boys. I think there's potential. I actually like that. I don't think there's a major gap between the top couple teams this season or this time around. Although we haven't seen like consistent rosters from like at least from like Infernal, so they've been a couple switcheroos in that regard. So can't exactly kind of pigeonhole them into one like characterized play style. But yeah, I mean, I got some faith in the Raptor boys. I think they could definitely snipe some folks.
Likewise, I think that, I mean, I've been a pretty vocal proponent of Krugs, and having casted with Covert Panda quite recently, it was a great cast.
Fantastic.
Panda's fantastic at everything. He touches a mic, it turns to gold. I don't get it, but I think that if they get enough time, they're definitely slow starters. But if you give them enough time, they're gonna get there. They've shown a lot of really good games, and like again, we haven't seen them really at full strength for like 2 weeks. I think that they could definitely surprise some people because I think they're better than their ranking shows. So going into playoffs, it could potentially benefit them. I don't know. Don't underestimate the Krugs. That's they're rock hard.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go with my point. Whoever the 4th seed is from the Jungle Conference, which I think at this point, if things continue as is, looks like it might be Krugs. Based on the format, could make a run starting in that bottom the bottom side of the bracket. That's where the 4th seed in each conference starts. But based on our time constraints and scheduling, those are best of ones. So they're high stress series, if you want to call them a series, but they're one game. You win two games, 2 high stress series in a row, and you're pretty far along that losers bracket. You don't get a chance at a redemption, but those 4th seeds, if you're coming from the jungle bracket, that's a tough bracket already to start. You could make some waves for sure.
Yeah, and some people play better sweaty. Some people play better with all that. Like they have that like stick of Old Spice Pure Sport right next to their desk. They're ready. They have to like reapply in between deaths just to make sure that they are right there. Yeah, I get that. All right, so gentlemen, are you guys ready to put on your lab coats and do some Dr. Phil? I have a hunch that some of these questions might be about power ranking, so I'm just going to leave the power ranking graphic up. Yeah, and we're just going to change the title right on here. All right, I'm just going to start from the top. Ocean, where do you like Jmu more, mid or not?
Who said that?
I
know my answer.
Or not mid.
Mid or not mid?
They mean not mid? I think
they must not remember me in the top lane days.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I like jungle.
Mid wasn't that bad. It
wasn't that. Dude, jungle move is the one that's willing to just throw it all away for honor and integrity. If they
that was a Mundo
you made a deal with the devil. If you won that game, then you'd have to play Teemo Jungle.
Yeah, and then I got first blood and second blood on Teemo Jungle, so
it was pretty.
If you need to win, pray to the Rekt and the Riot Gods, but you'll have to play Teemo Jungle the next game. So,
ooh, okay. If Endo is 9th best top lane, who's 10th? Oh man.
I think we could throw Nullark in there. I think he'd be up for it. I think Nullark could be like, as long as I get the cutest top award, I don't care where you put me power ranking wise. So maybe there's a trade-off there. We give Nullark the cutest top award.
I guess.
Give him 10th power ranking.
I mean,
there've been 15 people who played top lane this season, so a lot of turnover in that position.
All right, if you're looking at the numbers, then
I got my strictly numbers guy.
All right, Well, you can look at those numbers. What's all your?
I was gonna
What,
say
give
it
it.
probably.
Oh, I gotta
Do
pull
it.
up the
Come
stats.
on.
Anyone who plays Fiora, probably. I don't know.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's
you know,
fair.
that's
That's fair because I would say Paco's been a better juggler than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he recognized that. So
Yeah. And then he dipped.
That's a good assessment.
He walked away from the situation. He diffused the situation by just walking away.
Continuous improvement is what you need to be after, and I think that's what the Fiora player found.
I love it. All right. What's all your opinions on Infernal's awkward spot in third? I think that they've had a lot of time to get better, and I think that they are probably just as good as Gromp at this point, if not better.
Infernal?
That was my I put them at second in my power ranking. I think I was the only one to put them up that high.
Different conferences though, so I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
True.
Yeah, I didn't think third was awkward, honestly.
Second and third for both conferences, just I mean, based on this format, like those are all for the same. To be honest,
Mm-hmm. All right.
if you're not a 1 seed, then you're playing in week 1.
All right, we already answered this question. How do you think the match between Bramble and Infernal will go? What do you think each team needs to do? I think just go, if you're Bramble, go attack Valve, make sure he can't get a camp. And then...
Talking Infernal or Gromp?
Huh? Oh, fuck. I can't get over it. It's a mental block for me. Infernal and Gromp are the same team in my mind.
We take those.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I put them higher than you, so that's definitely a compliment. All right, so I'm going to skip that one because that one's probably a little bit too meaty. Why did Jmu put Infernal after Raptors?
Whoa. Raptors look sick, man. I love their high octane, fast paced play. That's like something that's always, at least on my teams, given me success. Just playing fast, avoiding this like farm fest that tends to be the Rekt League style. It's always been the way I like to play. If you can execute that well, then you're in for good times.
Yep,
in my mind.
I agree. All right, most handsome Rekt After Dark host. I don't know. This is a pretty good looking crew. I mean,
Brian's not showing any chest hair today, so I got to give it to Jmu.
No.
That is a nice hoodie, though.
I am. Yeah, it's a Brian the Broken Who's Your Daddy hoodie. In
Where'd you get that?
I got it from the Teespring store. And it's actually so cozy. I was not expecting it to be this comfortable.
James was looking extra vibes with the Patagonia, though.
Yeah,
true.
He's fresh off the happy hour.
He did go outside today, yeah.
Straight from work happy
hour.
All
right, playoffs. Yeah. Which team has the best chance to win playoffs other than the top teams? I think we were saying probably Raptors. Raptors or Krugs.
How do we define top?
I determined top as top 3.
Okay.
Gold, silver, bronze.
I'm going Raptors. Although, yeah, I'm going Raptors. Scuttle's close though. But
Ocean.
We can't invest yet because strength of schedule.
Oh man. Yeah.
I think it's whoever catches a favorable matchup as a 4th seed, to be honest. I'm interested in that storyline. Just based on the format, the 4th seed gets to play a couple 1-game series. If you catch your cheese in the right funk of cheese for the given weeks, then you can make a run.
I agree with that. Yeah. Honestly, I probably might have to say Scuttle at a certain point because they just keep winning. So like maybe there is something there. I mean, we're about to find out. That's a good plug for what's about to happen. We got 2 more minutes before I'm going to go to a quick break.
Yeah, but we're finding out of them versus like the 8th power rank team, right? So are we actually finding out?
I mean, well, you are if they lose.
Sure.
Yeah, if they lose, there's no pressure on Sentinels right now. There is all the pressure on. We got some Raisin Cam. Yeah, there's all the pressure on Scuttle Crab right now. So, we'll make this the last question. This is the exact same question I just clicked on before. Elo sitting. Can we do something to prevent it?
Trying.
Wish we could.
I wish. I wish. For those of you that don't know what elo sitting is, it's when you get confirmed for your ranking for Rekt League and then you go climb the elo ladder super high. There have been a lot of talks about this because there have been certain players that have done this and or have talked about doing it, and yeah, it's no bueno. Don't do it.
It's a battle.
Yeah,
I just find it very interesting when some players have the same elo for like multiple seasons in a row. It's like, wow, you haven't gotten better at the game at all. Nice.
I've gotten worse.
yeah. That's one of the things that we definitely need to fix for at a certain point, but it's hard. It's definitely difficult.
What I will say though is that if anybody has ideas, share them.
Calling on mathematicians out there who could rank folks in a proprietary manner.
Yeah, just submit your suggestion to the suggestion box.
Please do.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for Rekt After Dark. But do not go away. Go grab another cold one or a warm one because it is pretty cold outside. Because we got Scuttle versus Sentinels coming right up. Valib, Jamu, thank you very much, big guys. I'm excited for the series.
Woo!
Well, I just yelled a bunch of stuff, but you pretty much know what I yelled anyways. You know, it's Sentinels versus Scuttle Crab. Let's get it. And we got Sable and Jamu. Sable tapping in for Valve. Valve has weak lungs, weak vocal cords, so Sable graciously decided to relieve him. So what's going on, dude? Hell yeah. So we kind of held off talking a bit about this during the cast, or not the cast, during Rekt After Dark. So now we can really get into it. Scuttle versus Sentinels, I think, is actually really hype. I think this is going to be a lot closer. Sable, you were saying this is going to be, you think this is going to be close as well. Tell me why.
Pop-off performances from Scuttle members as well, but I think they might catch them off guard with some of their performances here.
Word. Yeah, I had you muted for most of that, so that's cool. We're there. You know, that caster refill always hits you different. That Rekt After Dark cast. So, hell yeah. Well, I'm assuming that basically what you said was along the lines, Scuttle not as hot, Sentinels they could be heating up. We'll just sum it up with that. We're going to do the quick rundown, taking a look at these player photos. We got Mouse Mazing matching up against Endo in the top lane, Hot Soup versus Adoma in the jungle, Tucker versus Silky in mid, Hey Dude 5 versus Zeem in AD carry, and Uptown Core versus Blaze at Nerd 69 in support. Let's go. So what matchups are you the most excited about, and where do you think, I mean, we're putting Sentinels as the underdog here. Where is their chance to kind of make some moves?
Top lane.
Top lane, mid lane, honestly. Solo lanes.
Move Mouse Mazing up to top lane. Try to take advantage of Endo. There's a big rank discrepancy there.
So basically what you're saying is if you want to win a lane, you just move Mouse Mazing there.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's like your get out of jail
That's what
free
you
card.
wanna
I mean,
do.
you got to contain Endo. Endo, definitely like the 12th best top laner currently in Rekt League.
Honestly, Endo's very cocky right now.
Yeah.
I know he's not saying it, but he is. He's feeling himself. So maybe a couple ganks, putting him behind a little bit. That'll really could turn that off.
Yeah, and honestly, I just say this because I feel like Endo is like the Incredible Hulk, that if you just make him just a little bit angry, he's gonna Hulk out. So the lower down he goes down the rankings, the more swollen thick he gets. So hopefully we see a battle of some thick dudes up in top, Endo versus Mouse Mazing. But yeah, what are your predictions? And are you willing to put a shot on it? I know Sable's doing dry Tober or whatever.
So
I'm not.
Brocktober. I finished my gin yesterday though, so
Oh, well.
What?
didn't get drunk though. Still sober.
Yes.
That counts.
I love that. All right. Predictions?
I feel like 1-1's lame to predict.
It is.
Is that
2-0 Sentinels. I'm just gonna say it. 2-0 Sentinels.
Fuck, I was
2-0 Sentinels as well.
Now
I put my
follower.
stock where my mouth is.
Now I have to vote for Scuttle.
You can
have
also go
to.
for a 1-1.
No, that's lame. We just said that. I'm going Scuttle. Fine, I'll go Scuttle.
Scuttle.
Scuttle's gonna carry anyways. He's gonna be super cocky and for good reason.
All right. And with that, we are getting into Champ Select for Game 1 of this Thursday night banger. Hope everyone's having a good time. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling good after that Rekt After Dark. Good time doing power rankings. If you ever want to talk power rankings with me, go talk to Sable instead. He's got a lot more better informed opinions. So bans here off the rip. Jungle bans. We're going to see some pinch jungle pools. I dig. As resident jungler Sable, what do you think about Hecarim and like the Rekt League like propensity to picking Hecarim? Is it overrated? And if so, why?
I think he's strong, and I think Adoma has shown that he's very strong on the champion. I think it's smart out of Sentinels to take that one away. Also taking the Fiddlesticks away, another champion that you can't really emulate the kits of Hecarim and Fiddlesticks. So taking those kind of unique picks from Adoma off the map, maybe put him back on something a little more standard in the jungle that you can have a unique, significant impact on.
Honestly, those Fiddlesticks games have been pretty crazy in the past few weeks. So that's a great ban, in my opinion.
I agree. I just turned my standing desk into a sitting desk. I was getting a little tired.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yep. So I like these bands. I think they're fine. I think that Pantheon's a pain in the ass to play against, and I think that that's a reasonable band there. But 80 carries left untouched. I don't think that means a whole lot in terms of Zine, but we're gonna see the Lilia being picked up.
Wow.
Ah.
I didn't even see him play that. This is some secret tech.
I mean,
So, yeah.
Assuming it's jungle.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could go top lane as well for Endo. It doesn't really seem to fit his playstyle though.
no.
The Morgana
it's-
ban, let's go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Endo definitely doesn't have time for this kind of like prancing around thing. He has one direction, it's forward. He doesn't go side to side. He doesn't go back sometimes. He doesn't know how to kite. He goes forward and he goes in.
I think his Q, W, E, and possibly R keys are all broken. And his right click is the only thing he has. So this doesn't make sense for a top laner pick.
All his abilities are just binded to his mouse buttons, and he's just everything all at once.
He actually
It's
just
all-
plays with a gas pedal, and he only has one ability.
It's all
It's
on
actually
right click.
a Guitar
but
Hero
everyone
3
happens
PS2
first.
controller.
All right, so we're gonna see a pretty strong bot lane coming out, and also a safe bot lane. I do like seeing the Senna Nautilus, especially when HeyDude5 hasn't played 80 carry yet this season. I don't know how much he's been playing in solo queue, but I mean, in general, like that's a pretty strong lane. But into the Tristana. Jamie, how do you feel about this matchup? I feel like the Tristana probably has some kind of edge on the Tristana or on the Senna just early in terms of having shoving power and kill pressure.
I mean, you for sure can have some shove power, but I mean, if your jungler is picked and plays accordingly, I mean, that could be exactly what you want, especially with the Nautilus. I mean, I personally love Senna. It's my most played champion this season. Just scales out of control, probably more so than Tristana does. I really don't think with a Taric, I'm not sure that's a highly favored lane, the Tristana and Taric, compared to Senna and Nautilus.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, Senna does have the scaling advantage over Tristana, who has more of a mid-game spike, and then throw in the Vigar in there as well for more late-game insurance for Sentinels. So they're putting themselves together a pretty strong comp transition into the mid-late game if they can get there.
At the same time, don't sleep on the early Tristana damage if the Senna Nautilus gets out of position. That bomb, the E ability from Tristana does a lot of damage early if you let
Yeah,
it.
and you have the ability to jump in with the Taric stun as well to kind of get a surprise engage onto someone like Senna who is so immobile. So there could be some cheese coming out from Zeem and 420 Blaze at Nerd if they play it right.
Yeah, and like also 420 Blazing Nerd had an outstanding Taric game last weekend. Just like definitely want to give a shout out there. The one thing I do like from the Sentinels comp is that there is a lot of single target damage, and it gives Senna just a really good opportunity to set up her ultimates. Vigar in general, Vigar and Nautilus paired up against a team like Scuttlecrab feels pretty strong. Their Scuttle is so... Their damage isn't spread out super well. They tend to have a lot of it just be on one person. And if they can kind of like catch one person out, and if you can throw that baby cage down and just interrupt a Tristana jump midair, which is really easy to do, then like you can just pick off Zeem, and then they have no more damage. And that damage comes out so much faster with the Vigar ult compared to what the Cosmic Radiance from Terra can try and deflect. And yeah, I mean, we're going to see that Ornn picked up here as well. So this really just feels like depending on how this mid lane goes, Tucker's usually gets the better of a lot of these kind of like middle of the pack mid laners. So we'll have to see how this one goes. Oh, baby!
Darius and Shyvana. That's two picks we don't see that often in the Rekt League. The Darius and the Shyvana can both snowball super hard. So I'm actually really excited for that. Darius, I mean, I'm not sure how good he actually is into Ornn. Ornn kind of beats up on most of the melee champions, but so does Darius. So I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to play out. I have to assume Hot Soup 5 is going to go the AP Shyvana and try to scale up, but I guess that remains to be seen.
Do you think the Silas Ornn was a flex pick
No.
between mid and top? You don't think so? I know they love their flex picks.
Maybe. I mean, I think Endo's just happy with saying like, hey, I'm gonna be taking it one way or another from Mouse Amazing, whether I pick Renekton or if I pick Ornn. At least if I pick Ornn, I can give some people some ornaments later, and like my team's not
That's
gonna
fair.
flame me too hard. And like he said before, like that's kind of his thought process with picking
Don't get
it.
flamed.
Yeah, don't get flamed. He's a sensitive boy. So chat, just everyone be really nice to Endo. He needs your support because he's going against Jay Herbo, who has been having a fire season. Said that Mouse Amazing was potentially the best laner in Rekt League. So Endo's definitely got a time. And Mouse Amazing is a top lane main, Diamond top lane main. We didn't see the Tryndamere. And both these players play Tryndamere.
Yeah. Probably for the best that we didn't see the Tryndamere, honestly, but it is a fun pick to see, but I just don't see it's like having a very strong like incidence of success in the Rekt League with the way these games tend to play out.
Yeah, so taking a quick look at some of the stats, I mean, there's been a lot of kind of switch ups on the side of Sentinels, but we can take a look at this mid lane, which I think might have the most potential for kind of some early action. I think that Hey Dude 5 and Uptown Core are going to be able to play safe enough, but Tucker tends to play so aggressively paired up with Hatsu 5 and make some really early teleport plays. And you just see that like with the kill participation, having almost 70% kill participation there with his boy Silky Bandit.
I mean, honestly, on Vigor, you probably don't want to be doing that. I mean, you'll take the kills where you can get them, but early you're probably farming to your lost chapter, and then you can start to be a little bit more liberal with your mana, and then start to try to make some players to scale for the late game. But
it's the Sentinels' way. That's how they play the game, and it's fun to watch for sure. Makes for some interesting team fights at like level, I don't know, at like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. You just get everyone teleporting in, and it's definitely a blast to watch. But yeah, you're probably right in terms of just like wanting that lane pressure. So I mean, attacking Silas early is what you need to do. You just can't give over free kills over to Silas. That being said, Silky Bandit's been opting a lot more for the supportive mid laner style. Going for something like Silas, there's a lot more pressure on you to perform here. Because there's a high possibility for you to become not a champion until like 35 minutes. If things
He's one of the carries
right
now, so he has to have a performance in the mid lane. Kind of has to shut down this Vigar, who is going to be pretty hard to deal with, honestly, for the side of Scuttle Crab. A lot of close range champions going to be really bothered by that event horizon. Going to be kind of hard for them to cut around fights with some well positioned ease from the Vigar. So I like the Vigar pick a lot into how Sentinels are going to try to play the game here.
Big agree. So, have you played a lot of Lilia, Sable?
Yes, the champion is amazing.
Okay.
She's so fun. I played her once in the Rekt League.
So what do you expect? How do you expect Adolmo to play this? Is this like is this? I mean, at least when we see it in pro play, it becomes a lot more about counter jungling and just kind of like that fast clear speeds. We don't see a ton of counter jungling in Rekt League. It's usually like you either do a full clear or 3 camps and then you start ganking, and then that's about it.
And that's the thing about Lilia is that people tend to view her as like a power farming jungler, which she can be, but she also has pretty strong gank presence in the early game. If a laner doesn't have flash, she has a really large ability to just stay on top of you and deal a lot of damage, with her passive dealing damage over time. All her abilities having a relatively short cooldown, especially her Q, with a slow and her E. It's like very oppressive, and I would expect to see her try to abuse this Darius in the top lane if they get that summoner early.
Oh yeah, well, we'll have to see as we are getting onto the Rift. Get ready for game 1 of Sentinels versus Scuttle Crab. Let's get it.
Woo! That was a rough one. Rough woo.
Rough woo, yeah. Some pings coming
excited.
out from Sentinels. I like to see action.
So judging from Scuttle Crab's pings here, I'm assuming they're going to ward the bush above the red buff and then just walk to this bottom side tri-bush. And it looks like Sentinels are going for more of a fan-out strategy. They probably won't get caught out by this early Scuttle Crab cheese, but getting caught out is always possible in the Rekt League. We see it happen all the time, so hopefully Hey Dude 5 has his spidey senses on here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's really opting to go for this tri-bush, so we'll see if they want to go for this late invade. Oh. There we go.
What game time are you guys at, by the way?
52 seconds.
Okay.
5, 6, 7.
I'm at a minute right now.
A minute.
Pause for 1 second. Okay.
That's all right. You can just be that guy that sees 1 second into the future.
Just the genius analyst.
Honestly, that's probably why the Riot analyst looks so good. But yeah, nothing's going to be happening there. People are going to start taking the Walk of Shame back up top. Tucker's going to be... I don't know what Tucker's going for here. He's going for that buff ward. Getting some buff boy action. I like it.
I like that early ward by Tucker. It's late enough that it will see Lily a path over there. She does end up going for a full clear, so it's going to give them some information. Maybe it will change the way Darius tries to manipulate his lane state, and I expect that Lilia might look for something early top lane that it's probably going to be pretty useful.
Yeah, I hope so. So I guess like we didn't talk a whole lot about it. Darius into Ornn. That sucks. That's a tough matchup.
I'm not even sure who it's tough for. Like, honestly, I haven't seen that too much.
I mean, I definitely give it in favor of Darius. Darius just tends to body most melee champions. I mean, at a certain point, if Ornn does get ahead or like gets ganks, then like things could change. But in the straight 1v1, Mouse Amazing has this.
You see bot lane for Scuttle getting the early level 2, forcing Hey Dude 5 and Uptown Cord back a little bit. Going to be pressured under the tower. Might miss some CS here under the tower, but it looks like the hits are going to land out pretty perfectly with the minion health.
Yeah, but right now, nothing too spicy. Valib, or not Valib. I just associate Lilia with Valib. But Dolma, just going for that full clear, that insane clear speed. 2 minutes 2 minutes 50 seconds already here. He's going to be spotted out on that ward, and he may or may not see that there was a ward there. But we're going to see some action in the mid lane, some good trading, but Tucker's trading right on back, getting some of that return damage. But yeah, I mean, right now this bot lane is where we're going to be seeing the most potential for action right now, it feels like. Zeem and Blazing Nerd are just shoving it hard, pushing it real good.
Yeah, and there's already a one-wave CS lead built up for Zeem and Blazing Nerd on this Taric Triss, so expected to see that just grow with the natural shoving power Tristana does have, and Senna has a little bit of difficulty farming into the tower.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now we're going to see Adoma trying to see what he can see. He's not going to see any Raptors
Tucker
there, so he might try and get some action done in the mid lane. That's going to be a flash out by Tucker. The event horizon's going to go down, Ignite ticking, but he's going to fall to Silky Bandit in the mid lane. Scuttle's looking big. That's going to be a teleport coming in from Darius. He's going to get stunned up by the Dazzle. Great roam up by Blazer. This team from Skullcrab is awesome, but getting ripped under tower by Mouse Mazing is huge.
There's
Here we
no
go.
flash.
Adoma's going to get caught out. Such a good roam up. This is really good pressure on Dolma. The Ignite ticking, but it's not going to quite be enough. Zeem flashing forward. Flash burn from Haydu to just get out of there. But here's Tucker. He wants some more action. Teleport coming down from him to be able to stun him up. But I don't think it's going to be enough to get anything else done. And this is why we love this series. Because the way these two teams play, everyone's partying all the time. Everyone's got a solo cup hanging around their neck.
Yeah, that was a big fucking party. Everyone was coming in with the TPs. Everyone was roaming up. Everyone wants a bit of that Thursday action here.
Hell yeah.
That was great. Hopefully there's more of that to come.
Yeah, honestly thought we were going to see a lot more out of that play. Like, good on Adoma to live there, and as well as Hey Dude 5 flashing the wall to get out. Really thought we were going to see a lot more, but look at this level difference.
Two
in the
level
top lane
discrepancy, yeah.
Yeah, but here you got a jungler too, so is it going to make the difference? That's going to be a flash out of Endo, and that'll be just what Mouse Mazing needs as he kind of starts leveling up here, having already gotten that kill down in the mid lane.
Yeah, he got the kill, but he's still down a full level to the Ornn, which means Ornn's going to have access to his ultimate a lot sooner than the Darius will. And if that happens, Darius not having the flash, I'm afraid Ornn just has pretty significant all-in potential into Mouse Mazing here.
Yep. And right now we're going to see the Ocean Dragon, uncontested, going over to the side of the Skull Crab. They control the river. Here we go, a nice little rippy dippy from Mouse Mazing. And he's going to swing at it. Yeah, he's going to get some nice damage, and Endo's just going to take it.
Yeah, he really wants to try to force an Endo recall here. That way he can maybe try to get the wave state to a little more manageable for him. Because right now it looks like it's probably just going to bounce back. If he forces the Endo TP, then he doesn't have to worry about, you know, the Orin TPing somewhere else and getting a kill. And I don't think Endo's going to want to miss this giant top lane. There's the TP.
Yep, he's going to teleport right up there. He's going to get the cannon, so he got what he came for. Meanwhile, we're going to see the Scuttle Crab secured up in the top side with the help of Mouse Mazing. Let's see if his
Yeah, and
bleed
Orin
ends up
just
taking
staying 6. And Darius is still less than half of a, like, he's about a quarter of the way to level 6. So Orin has a lot of potential here to look for an all-in. I'll see if he realizes that he actually has that kill pressure onto the Darius here.
I mean, with Adoma starting to path top, he might try and go for it. Here we
he
go.
should go
That is
for
a
it
lot
now.
of damage right
Ooh.
there. He's
Oh.
going to miss the head, but...
He just shot it in the wrong direction. He had his pillar up right there, the wall right there, and he just didn't want to go for the all-in. He could have killed Mouse Mazing there, but opted not to go for that play. So a little mistake out of Endo.
Yep, sweaty gamers on Thursday. Here we go, but action in the mid lane. The Abduct going to try and get a ton of damage onto Tucker, and the ult going to be taken away with the hijack, but he's not going to fall. But Silky Bandit looking super good on this Silas pick. Right now, that's awesome to see. Like, just a player that like can step up when you give him the ball, and he takes the ball and he starts looking like this, and that's gonna be the Event Horizon's gonna stop. Hey, no, he's gonna pick it up. Let's go, Silky Bandit.
Wow.
This is your show,
Tucker.
baby.
That was
So
super greedy
greedy.
from Tucker. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean-
no reason to walk up to that wave. It's going to push into your tower, and you can safely farm under the tower with the Event Horizon.
Ooh, here we go.
Off the
Dazzle in the
down.
bot lane right onto Senna. This is gonna be a lot of damage. No way to return this. This is gonna be just a quick duo kill for Zeem and Blaze It Nerd. Zeem trying to get a little more damage on the Uptown Cord, but Uptown Cord hits differently. He made of a thicker metal.
He's built different, and look at that CS lead in the bottom lane too for Zeem. On this Tristana, just absolutely bodying right now, but Endo might be in some danger here. Looks like he's able to make it out.
Yeah, but he's just hemorrhaging. But his CS isn't, and that's really all he needs to worry about. As long as he's not getting solo killed, just like repeatedly, it's fine. He's chilling. And he's also just denying Mouse Mazing plates, who hasn't really been able to make a whole lot of progress here. So if Darius comes out of this laning phase just not giga-fed, then like that's a W. We take those.
Yeah, the Oran's definitely gonna win the scaling battle there.
So taking a quick look at the gold, things are kind of as you would expect, right? Lilia, having had the assist, is, I mean, pretty even with the jungler. But across the board, just leads for Scuttle. We're going to see the play going for the Herald up top side. And this is just going to go right over. I don't think Adoma's going to be able to do anything about this. It's sitting at 300 HP, and it's going to go right on over to Hot Soup. Event Horizon's going to come out and deter Adoma doing anything. I think they're just going to try and funnel all this gold right into the top lane. And Endo is low. This might be a really good time to use this Herald. Pick up some early plates, but this...
I think the Darius could have just ulted there. He had the fully stacked passive, and he just opted to not go for it.
Yep, here we go. We're going to see the Herald being summoned here, and they're going to try and funnel this onto the top. What? Tucker flashing forward, going to be able to pick up the kill onto Endo. The Herald's going to go on in, get some action. The Dragon forward from Silky Bandit. Hot Soup 5 is going to be taken down by Adoma. And that's going to be a Scuttle W right there. Like, you only get a couple plates. You picked up a kill, but that's a two for one right there.
Thinking emoji right there for sure. I'm not sure if you need to flash in as the Vygar there, and the Shyvana overcommits as well. They just ended up giving over a
Here
lot
we
of
go,
kills.
depth
basically.
charge here in the bot lane. Sorry to interrupt you. Gonna be
yeah.
dazzled to stop it. And now, Sable, you can continue what you were saying.
Yeah, no, great play in the bot lane there by Scuttle Crab, but honestly, Sentinel's throwing over a lot of kills for free in the top lane, almost for no reason there. They still have the comp that can outscale, and they're just looking for these early skirmishes and blowing summoners when they're not hitting their power spikes. They're just kind of getting desperate, it looks like.
Speaking of desperate, Mouse Mazing going for the big brain play here in the bot lane. He's already walking down. He is here, but the kill's already going to go over. Hey Dude is dead, but the flash is not there for Zeem. Not yet. He's holding on to it. Mouse Mazing going to try and get what he can, but his pole is down. He's going to swing his axe. The hemorrhage stacks are stacking up, and Tucker's here to follow up. That's going to be another kill over to Tucker. And nice play by Sentinels. kind of just like an unorthodox roam. You never think the Darius is going to really roam down to bot lane at 10 minutes without using a teleport. And they're all here for Dragon. Good rotation. Kind of stopping that Dragon stacking from Scuttle early.
Yeah, it was definitely a heads-up play, but just take a look at the Darius's level. He's now level 7 to the Ornn's level 9, and he got some kills here, but this Dragon's still not like guaranteed for them, right? They're
Ooh, here we go. The Event Horizon's going to stop Adolma, and he's going to rip forward. The Dragon's going to go over to Sentinels. This is going to look like a really good fight. He's going to get rooted up. Seam is going to be taken down. Let's go, Sentinels.
That was big, getting that kill on Zeem there. Had the flash up, could have actually ended up flashing out to potentially live there, but was probably chain CC'd to the point where he couldn't, and a nice response by Sentinels to pick some kills up in the Dragon for themselves.
Yep. But look at Endo. Endo just chilling up in the top lane, as you were saying. He's accruing a huge gold lead. While Mouse Mazing has just been fighting with his team just to try and put them back in the game. I mean, you can see it in the gold. They're even. I mean, but like in terms of XP, yeah, the more XP you can get onto Ornn, the better. And he's now, what, 5 levels short of when he gets to party?
Yeah.
Ornn Christmas.
Only
5 levels short of party.
Only 5. But at the same time, you'd like to see those 2 kills onto Darius and 2 onto Vigar as well. That's who you want. That's where you want your money.
Yep, I think Adolma might be thinking about going top. No, he's just going to ward, knowing that Hot Soup is nearby. But meanwhile, in mid lane, there's going to be some action here. The hijack taking of the Dark Matter.
I think that's Ignite.
Yep. Ignite's not going to do the job.
No, he lives.
It's Primordial Burst. It's not Dark Matter. I lied to you all.
It's made of Dark Matter.
It's made of Dark Matter. Sure. But yeah, the relentless shove continues here in the bot lane, but there's going to be a nice root onto some minions not doing anything useful. Hatsu 5 gonna try and clear some minions. The dash forward from Zeem. He's gonna
miscommunication.
Yeah, none of that was good. This isn't great, but Mouse Macing's here. He's good, but the Buster Shot's just gonna push him on away.
Oh,
that was a scuff play.
That was so scuffed. Shyvana ults over the wall while the Darius is TPing in, and then Zeem and 420 Blazing could just walk away. Like there's such a miscommunication by Scuttle there. They had potential to actually make a play to try to turn this game around from where it's slowly slipping, but the comms just were not there, and that's sad to see.
Yep, and what you didn't want to have happen happened. Endo gets all the plates solo, and then also gets first tower solo as well. So, but Adolma's gonna be causing havoc here in the jungle. He's gonna get ripped forward by Mouse Maze. This is gonna be a lot of damage. He's just gonna get fucking dunked. Let's go.
Ow. Big ow.
I'd really like to see Uptown Cord ult 420 Blazing Nerd, who has now tanked tower 3 times in the lane, while Nautilus's ultimate was up and the Taric ultimate was just coming back up. There's like that's just a kill at that point. You have the Ignite and the ultimate available. He's tanking tower aggro, ult him, and he either burns his ult or dies. It's just like a little more heads up play out of this. Nautilus is going to go a long way if Sentinels want to do some things in this game.
Yeah, I just don't know if they're feeling confident right now. And just like
definitely playing the lane a little passive. But I mean, that's fair. I mean, you're on a Sentinel with a tier pickaxe. This isn't your time, but maybe they're just trying not to take any unnecessary chances.
Darius hits all his abilities onto Endo and still takes a much worse trade, taking a tower shot on the way out too.
Yeah, Mouse Macing's time is running up as well. This is he's building towards that Triforce, and like he will always be strong given like a long enough 1v1 against the Ornn. But I mean, in terms of Ornn being the assassin burst mage tank, he's in those short little burst trades, he's gonna get the better of him for the most part.
Yeah, I legitimately don't think that Mouse Mazing can fight Ornn anymore. Ornn's now level 11.
Yeah. Here we go. So right now, Sentinel's just doing the 4-man stack for that blue buff. Everyone just really wanted to see it go down, and that is going to be a subscribe from Wild Tortuga play of the game. That's going to be the dash forward from Hatsu 5. Silky Bandit's going to be thinking about doing something, the abduct, but ooh, the Event Horizon, the flash forward, the Primordial Burst is going to miss, but Endo is here, blowing the Ornn, but that was a great snipe from HeyDude5. We got ourselves a fucking party in mid lane. Let's get it.
Get out.
And here we go, the Cosmic Radiance is going to be coming down from Blazing Nerd, and they're just going to disengage that one. That's going to be a 1-for-0 in favor of Sentinels.
Tucker's put himself in a little bit of a risky spot here, but it seems to be working out so far that Vygar is gonna hopefully get to a spot where those ults are gonna blow people up. Without that was a little bit of a damage check there.
Yep. Stat check, and like luckily you have Hey Dude 5 to kind of finish the job.
Yeah, just wander around in the middle of that and somehow make it out.
But yeah, dragon spawning in 5 seconds. You don't have your star mid laner with your Scuttle Crab. What's the play
He's
here?
close enough. He's on the map now. The event horizon's
he's here.
gonna be burned.
But the thing about Event Horizon always comes back. But here we go. We're getting another party here down by Dragon.
Oh.
Ball. Is just going to fall so fast. And this is going to be a ton of
sleep.
damage. 3-man sleep. And that's going to be a ton of damage. Double kill going over to Zim. That's going to be a big ace. Just like that. Disappear.
Okay. Where'd they go?
They Houdini'd. Scuttle Crab made a magic.
Yeah, if I'm Sentinels there, I do not want to be contesting that dragon, knowing that the Lily ultimate is still available. Silas is coming back. He's much stronger than your opposing mid laner. It's a second Drake, and it's a Cloud Drake. There's no reason to be there contesting that for Sentinels, and they might have just thrown away their last bit of hope they had for this game. They're not out of it yet, but it's going to be a very steep uphill climb now.
Steep indeed. Like, honestly, I hope the Sentinels have been doing some kind of legs day during COVID, or at least just, like, pretending to squat, like, in between queues, because, yeah, they're going to need to lift with the legs, not with the back, or else they're going to end up throwing out something. And it definitely looked like they hurt themselves there.
Yeah, we're going to have to consult with the resident in-client exercise expert in All-Arc to see how many sit-ups they're going to have to do before they can come back in this game.
Let's go. And thank you for the 9 months subscribe, Wild Tortuga. That's Pog. 9 months is a long time. Definitely not as long as like Danny Taco, but like you're getting there. Speaking of pretty Pog, oh, Uptown Cord trying to save his buddy's life, and Silky Bandit being like, "I did all the work, I'll take the kill." Double kill going over to Silky Bandit. The man earned it. But yeah, Endo and Zim doing all the legwork there. Being the thief that he is, Silas just comes in and steals the kill credit.
Yeah, honestly, I'd like to see Scuttle just turn for a Baron here, right? I don't think they really have a reason to try to siege this mid lane tower against
They don't
the
have a
Wraith.
Baron. There ain't no Baron.
Oh my god. The mini Baron.
Yeah, baby
Wow,
Baron.
18 minutes. So
Yeah.
many kills in such a short time has bamboozled me into thinking it was later in the game.
Yeah, the baby Baron power play will definitely be on the map. But yeah, I mean, it's too early to really do anything. So like, I guess if you're gonna run it down a bit, now's the time. But yeah, right now, this is what Lilia does a really good job of, just kind of like fast clearing the jungle, taking everything, especially in the scenarios where Sentinels are just getting choked out. Are you guys with me still?
I'm with
Yeah.
you.
Oh, okay. My Zoom just said it signed myself out, so I got spooked. Oh. Cool. Anyways, ooh, that made me sweaty. I get sweaty for those kind of things. Not in a good way. It's like bad sweat.
Bad sweat. You're not going to want that.
No, I'm gonna want to throw that one away. Yeah, but not a whole lot going on. Straight up. Like, follow, subscribe. But you guys all know that. You guys are all.
Yeah.
This is great. I love these Thursday games. It's just like chilling with the fam. Good
Very
vibes.
chill.
Who's got any good stories? Chat. Right now the casters need to actually talk. Tucker hits the cannon. He stacks.
Yeah, play-by-play the farming here.
I think they want to make a play. Oh, no, wait. They're trying to make a pick, but he's going to...
Oh,
420 Blaze It Nerd is honestly just the fastest man on the planet.
that Cloud Rift really doing him a lot of favors there.
Yeah, not only does he have big pecs, he's got fast little feet. You like to see that.
Yeah, and honestly, it looks like Sentinels doesn't really have an idea of what they want to do here. They're kind of trying to wait around for picks, but I don't even know if picking anybody on the side of Scuttle is going to be super possible unless you somehow get a miracle pull into the Tristana. She still has flash up and her rocket jump as well. It's going to be, you know, kind of tough for Sentinels rather, to execute the way they're trying to play right now. I think they have to put the Darius in the side lane. I'm not sure why he's still hovering the mid lane. Kind of just leeching XP from the Vigar right now. I think you want the Senna in the bot lane as a response is good, but you really want to see Darius head up to that top lane and try to get some farm for himself.
Yeah. Yep, you're 100% right. Playing side lanes is just what they gotta do. And Baby Baron going up into the top lane. What do we, what's this? Shell? It's not Shelly, it's like
Shirley.
Shirley.
Shelly and Shirley.
Shelly and Shirley. So Shirley's gonna fall up there, but they're gonna get some nice damage. And then it looks like the ARAM might continue. Maybe. Yeah. No one really seems to want to actually get any sideway farm. They're gonna deprioritize that.
Yeah, and they have. I mean,
Deprioritize.
Scuttlecrab has the Silas and the Orange, who can just be monsters in these side lanes right now and just press these outer towers that are still available, inner towers rather, that are still available in both side lanes, and kind of try to play around teleport timings for the dragon fight. But they're kind of feeding into what Sentinels is doing right now, which is the NA ram, which honestly benefits Scuttlecrab more because they're ahead. Sentinels is bleeding out more than Scuttlecrab is falling
Here
behind.
comes the Orange Horn, and that's gonna be the Dazzle on the Uptown Court, who's just gonna disappear. And this Ornn is too thick. This is definitely a tall order. Hatsu 5 has the right idea. He's actually gonna go get some farm of his own. He's done sharing it in the mid lane. He's gonna pick up that Gromp while the Dragon goes on over to Scuttlecrab. Ooh, ripped. Mouse Maisie not able to get the pull off there. It just feels like there's not a lot of great ways for Sentinels to come back into this. And the engage from Scuttlecrab is so strong, but here we go, trying to get the pick onto a Dolma, who is just the fastest little Bambi you've ever seen. And he's just gonna dip right on out of there. Flash burned.
Yeah, with the Vigar behind as he is, this is a rough patch right here for Sentinels. The Vigar's not quite strong enough to blow someone up, and the Senna still has how many stacks on that? 633 stacks on the Manamune. So getting there, but with all those shutdowns and all those kills on Scuttle, they're gonna have to get a couple picks or just really hold out for this late game here to have a chance.
Yeah, and like, I mean, as Sasha's saying, like, there just becomes a point in the game where, like, you just have to trade that dragon over, and you just want to get something. You don't want to have to go face check it. Like, it's okay to say, we probably don't win this, rather than saying, well, it's a 10% chance, but we should probably go for it. You're definitely not winning that 5-on-5 team fight, and you're probably not getting the pick because they were there ahead of you, so, like, they have all the vision control. So, like, you're just better off going and farming a side lane, as Hasu5 was doing, just go farming that Grump. It's okay to not get the dragon. You don't need to watch the dragon fall. It'll fall whether or not you see it or not. Yeah, that's my 2 cents of advice. Here we go. We're going to see the event horizon, though. Getting a stun on Nazim. Here, big rip
nice
forward.
pull.
Dolma's so low. The Hourglass, though, is going to put him in the middle of it. And Dolma's on a killing spree. Uptown Court is in the middle of it. This is not looking good for him. Adolma is so low. The hemorrhage stack bleeding him out. But this is just looking like a one-team fight. Jungler down. Darius is going to get the W there. But between Silky Bandit and Zim, they're able to clean this shit up.
Honestly, that Cosmic Radiance from 420 Blaze It Nerd really just saved it. I mean, Adolma kind of got caught there, but that invulnerability just completely eliminated any chance of Sentinels picking up some kills there.
Yeah, amazing Terra call up by 420 Blaze and Nerd 69. Kind of saved that
Oh,
fight.
look at him. He's going for the Chad
hook.
play. There he
That's
goes.
very Chad.
Yep. Uses the power of the Pex to take down the tower.
420 Blaze at Chad 69.
Oh, man. But yeah, this has been a really good game from Scuttlecrab. And, like, maybe the power rankings are... I mean, the power rankings just didn't really say a lot for us. Scuttlecrab had a lot more to lose than Sentinels. But definitely proving that they are the best in their conference.
For sure. I mean, like you can only play the teams that are put in front of you, and Scuttle has been doing that. The power rankings did take into account the teams they played against, but I mean, if you win every game you play, that's all you can do.
Sure. If I can slam dunk on a hoop that's like 3 feet tall, then like whatever. It's still a dunk. No big deal.
For sure.
But yeah, so as we get to the middle of this game, 10k gold lead. for Skullcrab, 25 minutes. Endo, level 14. He gave Zeem a Molten Edge. I think he's trying to say something there. I think Zeem Venmo'd him or something.
Endo, check your Venmo.
Ooh, here we go. Dazzle coming in. The Event Horizon going to stun up Endo, but that's going to be a nice disengage there. But here comes the Miller Time Ornhorn. But Dolmos comes zooming in. He's just going to take down up down cord. Nothing that Tucker can do here. This inhibitor is going to fall. I wonder if they're going to try and pressure this and go for the game. I hope so.
They should.
Keep the
That's
pressure
probably gonna
up,
be it.
baby. Don't be weak. Don't be a coward. Okay.
The wave clear is just pretty strong there.
Zeem got burned by a little bit of fire. He got a little bit scared. So now they're going to go do the Baron. They're going to play it slow. They're going to play it safe. But still, yeah, I mean, just this comp from Sentinels, as much as I like it, kind of the winning lane for Mouse Mazing, this is not a play from behind comp, really, especially when Hey Dude 5 is as far behind as he is. Maybe if your Senna is closer to being in the game, they can try and make some magic happen. But not today. But here we go. We're going to see the play for the Baron here. The flash forward. That's not going to be the steal for Hatsu. Blazener is going to buy a lot of time. The Cosmic Rain is going to come down. But the dunk is coming in from Mouse Mazing, who's low. He's very low.
Still
He's
alive.
dancing. There's a lot going on. Endo is going to be on a killing spree. The sleep from Adoma going to rip that one over. And that's going to be the game right there. I think this one is going to be over at 27 minutes. The Baron was just a bait. They are not cowards. They fear no one. They'll take him down at the Baron pit.
Yeah, well done by Scuttlecrab. Did everything they needed to do in this game. Didn't get put off by, Darius being super ahead in the top lane. Mitigated some of that pressure by denying him some of the roam plays he went for. Some of them were successful, but at the end of the day, Scuttlecrab looking a lot stronger here.
Yep. Tucker's trying to make something happen. I don't think he can do anything to Endo aside from read him a bedtime story, maybe tickle him, get him a warm glass of milk, because Endo's going to be sleeping easy tonight after that 3-1-13. Let's go. All right. So, I'm not feeling so good about my 2-0 Sentinels prediction.
Oh yeah, you guys doing shots?
I think I have to wait to see if I lose my prediction off the next game.
All right, well, they're definitely not 2-0ing.
Yeah, you don't know that. You can't. We can't confirm or deny this.
There's not enough data.
Yeah, there's not enough data yet. But yeah, I'll go ready the armaments during the break. So I guess that's a really good transition. We're gonna go to a break, and we're gonna be back with a game that's gonna be really close, because I know the Sentinels are going to take it, because I cannot let Jmu actually be correct. Don't go away to see whether or not Jmu is wrong.
Sentinels is back at the drawing board here. They're going to come at it. I'm muted. No, I'm not muted.
I'm ready.
We're ready. Let's get it, fam. Scuttlecraft vs Sentinels Game 2. Sable decided to join us for the second cast of the evening. He went up from his chair. It looks like he's chewing on something. What's in your teeth, dude?
Dude, I had chicken nuggies.
Chicken nuggies.
Dude, same, bro.
Chicken? No way. That's
Oh my
amazing.
Oh, I'm big jelly. Big jelly.
Yeah, opted to change the appearance a little bit. Hoping Sentinels can also change their appearance in game
Ooh.
and come out with a little stronger performance here. Hoping I can provide some inspiration.
There you go. And here I will give my my shot to the Rekt gods for giving favor of the not 2-0 that allegedly is not happening. We have not officially seen it, but
Yeah, we don't bet for 1-1s here.
nope. But the show must go on. And in which case, how does the show continue to go on for Sentinels? Because I mean, they're probably sitting at a spot where they could potentially be bottom of their group. Every win counts. I think they are currently at the bottom. So
Yeah, they have to be, right?
yeah,
Because the other two last place teams are both in the same conference, Air and Ocean.
So they're 2-7 right now. Krug's at 3-5. Yeah. I don't know if it's a must win, but feels like a must win.
Yeah, I mean, there's a world if they win here and Krugs gets 2-0'd by Infernal, they're tied in last place. I'm not sure. Have they played each other yet, Krugs and Sentinels?
Krug Sentinels. I don't
No,
know.
week 7.
Week 7, so that might be a potential decider
Wow.
here, depending how things shake out.
That's a banger. I couldn't have scripted that one any better. It's
Right?
like I know these
Darth
things.
Ted.
What's up, Darth Ted? Thanks. We wish you were here, but you're not here. So, again, the show must go on. Yeah, no one's done their ready checks so far. What do you want to see out of Sentinels? I think if they want to play these like, they kind of they have like a very big center of gravity towards each other. They have that magnetism where they all just want to party together. Like Mouse Mason's willing to hoof it from top lane to bot lane on Darius, like just to go and gank that lane. Like, why not just play like a teamfight comp, right? I don't know. Like, maybe you just give yourself a bit more of a fighting chance. Like, because I feel like they're caught between playing for lane, but then also trying to like do these big death ball like fuckfest parties, and then they don't do either of them good because they've kind of split the difference there.
Right. Like if they want to play a style where they're constantly fighting, they have to pick a little more skirmish heavy champions and champions that can actually go into 5v5s confidently. Because, I mean, you're picking something like a Darius, which has very niche situations where it's actually good in a team fight. Yeah, I'd like to see them pivot a little more.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a huge adjustment, but I think this like a small adjustment will go a very long way in terms of what they need to do. So as we get into ban phase, let's see. Are they listening to us? Maybe they are. Maybe they figure it out on their own. I'm sure they did. They're very smart gentlemen. And we're going to see the Hecarim being banned right off the rip. Doma will not be playing that.
Yeah, same ban so far as last time. Hecarim and Kha'Zix taken away from the respective junglers. Curious to see if they just stick with the same bans from last time. I don't think anything really stuck out to me super hard from either side that they need to absolutely ban it. Maybe the Ornn. Yep, there it is.
Cool. Yep, just take away that like safe top laner that like is gonna always do something from Endo, and kind of just force Endo into that skill matchup against Mouse Mazing, because like Mouse Mazing, the best play, has like always been kind of the best performer on that team, aside from like Tucker from time to time will have those big star games, but like your best hope is playing through Mouse Mazing. So just putting on Endo on something that forces him to interact with him is kind of where they need to be.
Morgana first pick here.
I like it. That's fine.
They got rid of the Silas also, so that must have been giving no problem. I mean, obviously it was, but it must have felt like it was a problem.
Yeah, Silky Bandit surprised me in that one. He honestly played really well, but that means they left the Fiddlesticks open, and Doma locks that one immediately.
Adoma Elise was not banned. This should have been your release game. I'm disappointed. He keeps on saying it's gonna happen, but
He's
it's
gonna
not
run
happening.
he's gonna run out of games to do it, and it's gonna be the
It's gonna be
maybe the
fucking
finals.
embarrassing. It's gonna be exactly when he doesn't need to. Now's the time. But yep, so we're gonna see the Morgana Senna bot lane has a bit more push priority. Definitely doesn't have that as I don't think you really have a better duo lane though overall. I think that's probably just a kind of like an adjacent pick for Sentinels. Ooh, the set. There we go. There's some team fight action.
I love
yeah.
that pick here.
This
the boss.
I'm a big fan of the boss. I know Sable's basically just like the boss's #1 fan. Sable's ripping that like
Big fan.
9-pack just in honor of him.
I wish. I like the set pick though because it is an option for them to flex it mid, top, or jungle even. So I think that's a smart adaptation from Sentinels to give them a little more ambiguity in their draft, kind of keep Scuttle on their toes. But Scuttlecrab, it's probably just going to go for what they're going to go for anyway. I don't think they're going to really pay much mind to Sentinels flex picks because Scuttle usually tends to just want to play their game.
Yeah, but we're gonna see something different out of the mid lane. Vigar being banned, I think that's fine. Usually the next on the chopping block is the Ziggs for Tucker, but we'll see if he has anything different in mind. I'd kind of like to see something different, but a Ziggs is also a thing of beauty. But just like there's like the raw engage potential from both Tristana, Fiddlesticks, and Tarek onto someone immobile like Ziggs. Like I don't know if I'd sign up for that one. And the Galio being taken away, good. See, I like these things. I like these taking away these bans that force people to interact with each other, right? Like both the Ornn and the Galio are just kind of like forcing both Silky and Endo to just try to test their might against Tucker and Mouse Mazing.
Yeah, look at Sentinel's bans, those 4 bans so far. Name 4 more Rekt League champions than those right there this season.
That's facts.
Yeah.
You just got to close with the Jarvan and make it complete, but it almost already picked his jungler, so.
Ooh, would you even say Jar? Let's see, who has got to be top laner? Ooh, yeah, Urgot's been around, yeah.
There you go.
It's a good one. Maokai would have been a little more Rekt League meta ban, but I like the Urgot ban.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen a bit of Urgot, and Urgot's in a really strong spot.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I guess Endo does play Urgot, so like Endo wouldn't be caught dead on a tank, not 2 games in a row. Ooh, but we are gonna see the Bruiser. Yeah, I guess we can call him Bruiser. Mr. Mord. I like
Yeah,
to see
interesting to take Mordekaiser when Set's already on the table because Set hard counters Mordekaiser in the lane. So I'm not really sure where they're going to end up sending this Mordekaiser, whether they're going to try to flex that between mid and top and, you know, kind of wait to see where the set's going, or because they still have last pick here.
I had a ooh, that's gonna be a set top, so that's gonna be probably the Mord set 1v1. I don't think that Mordekaiser is gonna be going mid. It might be. It'd be spicy if it did, but I don't think it is. And we're gonna see the Rek'Sai. I know that right now Sable's probably got like a 3/4 chub at this point. How do you feel like Rek'Sai is doing in the current meta?
I think Rek'Sai's strong right now. I wouldn't say that she's an S tier jungler, but she's definitely strong in the right hands. And Hatsu 5 is the kind of player that can pull it off. I think he's one of the only other junglers that actually ends up picking the Rek'Sai sometimes. It's not a very popular pick in the Rekt League, but I'm kind of confused that the Lilia is also here, so it might be a Lilia top lane.
Lilia's banned. You mean Nico?
Oh, Nico, yeah, Nico looks really similar to Lilia.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
They both got big eyes and purple hair.
Yeah.
I'd imagine it's probably a Nico mid.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Although Nico top lane's a blast. I love it, but not into Mordekaiser. No, definitely
No,
not.
not at
But yeah, this is actually this is the kind of comp that I want to see Tucker teleporting everywhere. This is the team comp where I want to see all these just like big death balls, because now Sentinels actually have the ability to win these team fights. Like even if they're maybe like down a bit of gold, if they get the perfect like Nico engage, if they get the perfect set, whatever, the suplex, big suplex, the showstopper. If they stop the show, like they can really make this like a real close game. Because, like, laning phase-wise, you were saying that Set has the advantage over the Mordekaiser. I think Syndra definitely has the advantage over Nico, but, I mean, I don't know. I like it.
I could see Sentinels run into a bit of a damage problem with this team. You don't
in
really
the
have like
in the
that.
mid game or the late game.
I mean, I get Senna in the late game. Like, it depends how late you're talking, but Senna could pour out damage in late game if things go right. I mean, I haven't played with a lot of Rek'Sai on my squad, but it just feels like you don't have that. You don't have that Tristana on your team. You don't have that Syndra to like absolutely blow someone up. I mean, Nico could do that, perhaps, but they're gonna have to play it pretty well, pretty clean.
The thing I do like is there's a huge pick potential for the side of Sentinels. They have
Sure.
between Senna, Morgana, and Nico just have these straight line bindings that can just like that stun people or root people up for at least like 2 seconds. I know Morgana's like, I don't know, half century, but like the potential to be able to get a pick and then kind of snowball from there is pretty big, and I'm a big fan of that. I feel like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe you think differently. I feel like a lot of this game is going to hinge a lot on Rek'Sai and whether or not he can help transition them into this late game. He's kind of acting as that early game bridge. There's not a ton of early game pressure here on the side of Sentinel. Set probably has the advantage on Mordekaiser, but in general, I think these lanes are going to do a lot better into the late game. So hopefully Rek'Sai can help carry that.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of there not being much early pressure, like the 2v2s out of Scuttlecrab in the top side and in mid are very weak into the 2v2 coming from Sentinels. The Rek'Sai set and the Rek'Sai Nico just outfights Fiddlesticks comboed with either of the solo laners on Scuttlecrab, so it is a lot on the back of this Rek'Sai to try to make things happen in the early game because you have such a strong 2v2 dynamic in the solo lanes, so you really need Hot Soup 5 to path efficiently here and try to get some well-timed ganks off.
You know what I want to see? Someone to fucking invade the Fiddlesticks.
Yep,
It's so good.
exactly
Just
what he
do
needs
it.
to do.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Yeah, just fucking kill him. I just want to see the Rekt League junglers. You go buff, you do your 3
Buff,
camps.
buff, kill.
Buff, fucking kill. You get in there.
Yep.
Pick the jungler that's
Easy.
going to farm a little bit faster, and then you get in there. Fiddlesticks, like, he has a really, like, good, healthy clear, but it's not, like, the fastest. Like, it sucks take some time. So, like, I want to see Rek'Sai get the fuck in there. And, like, if you can get an early kill on the jungler at, like, level 3, like, that just sets the tempo for the whole early game. And just by that alone, you can, like, really help your carries get to that late game point. You just relieve a ton of pressure. And Rek'Sai is really good at both giving information and being an early game threat.
Yeah, and I think a big tell here on how much we're going to see Hot Soup 5 go for these kind of invades is whether or not he takes Conqueror or Hail of Blades. If he's going for the Hail of Blades, he's probably looking for more of a gank-heavy focus. Conqueror is kind of something you want in more of the 1v1 style jungle fights, but Hail of Blades can also be good against someone like Fiddlesticks. It's kind of a choice. There's not really a more correct decision. I prefer Hail of Blades personally because it gives you that extra auto attack speed to proc your Q faster, but I really do want to see the Rek'Sai kind of try to take over this early game and snowball. If we just see the Rek'Sai just going camp to camp and farming, I think that's the point where we can kind of almost write Sentinel's early game off.
Yeah. And, like, so my question for you is, if you're going the Conqueror, are you assuming that the Rek'Sai is going to be going Cinderhulk versus, like, if you go Hail of Blades, you go Warrior?
No, it's always the Warrior on the Rek'Sai unless you get egregiously behind in the early game and you have to pivot to something like the Conqueror Knight's Vow. Cinderhawk Knight's Vow. But the Warrior is just too strong, especially when there's only really one true tank, not even a true tank on the Mordekaiser on the side of Scuttlecrab. You have one-shot potential on, like, 3 or 4 of their champions.
All right, well, we're going to find out as we get into Game 2 of Sentinels versus Scuttlecrab. Let's go, fam. Thanks for showing up on a Thursday. We're having a good time.
Hell yeah.
I poured myself a sipping shot for this game.
I got an unsweetened iced tea artisanally brewed by McDonald's. The Mick Cafe, as they say.
The Mick Cafe.
Oh, the artisanal cold brew. McDonald's tea.
It's actually a cold brew black tea by the Mick Cafe.
Ooh, I got some artisanal instant cold brew from Trader Joe's that I've been using to make some artisanal whipped coffee.
Add artisanal to anything, and it's good.
Yeah.
I got some artisanal. I'm at 50 seconds game time right now.
Same.
Same.
Ooh. He's going to blow a load there, and it's going to go over a reward. I'm hyped for this. I want to see it bang. Like, Sentinels have had a rough season. They definitely started off strong, but it feels like they've they've just had a rough time. Granted, their conference has been really strong. We talked about that a little bit during the power ranks. If you didn't already, listen to it on Spotify when it comes out, probably tomorrow. But that's a tough conference, that jungle conference. So like,
But this is it right here.
this is
This is it. This is where they show up.
Right? Yeah, they do it across the
You
conference.
can't look backwards. You look
Yeah,
forwards.
if your conference is too hard, you go to the other conference. You beat up on them.
Yeah.
That's the big brain play, honestly.
Yeah, so this is their chance, and I think that this comp actually is. I love this comp from them, and I hate this pathing from Rek'Sai.
I was just about to comment on that. So if you're playing the
mad.
Rekt side to do the red side full clear, you're planning on ganking bot level 3. But if you are doing that, you want to be pathing towards bot when you hit level 3. And going Krug second means you're going to have to walk the whole way back up to your Raptors and then walk bot. So it's just kind of a waste of time for the Rekt side. We'll see if he does anything like interesting or creative, but overall it's just, I think, suboptimal pathing.
Yep, I agree. That filled me with a lot of rage.
Still on those Krugs. It takes so long to do.
As a jungler I'm happy to coin flip games all the time off early invades. That one makes me sad. I just forget my Krugs exist for the first 10 minutes of the game.
And he didn't go Raptors. So, okay. So I guess he might just be looking for a blue side into a top lane play because Mordekaiser is kind of pushing the set in right now. Really going to be very important what Rek'Sai actually chooses to do and the way he's going to conduct himself in this game here, because if he doesn't go for maybe some early invade pressure on the fiddle or a gank after one of these camps, I think he's going to kind of miss an important window. Not his only window, but it is an important window.
Yep, big agree. I'm mad. I hope he watches the VOD and here's our baby rage. Ooh, Therion, thank you for following the Rekt League. Welcome to.
At the same time, Adoma was pretty healthy. I mean, for most of that clear, as you would expect. So I'm not sure how well an invade would have gone.
You get the flash at least, and then the flash fear gank from Fiddlesticks is pretty much all he can do in the early game.
Yeah,
so
Fiddle's not just not a good dueler. Oh, that was some big damage onto Endo, just getting the the tippy tip of the haymaker there. But Adoma's just hovering here.
Whoa!
Ooh, that's gonna be a lot of damage. The flash coming out from Endo. Mouse Mazing. He's got that grit charged up.
Rek'Sai, get up there.
Adoma's going to try and make something happen, but
Rek'Sai,
traditionally he does a pretty bad job of ganking for Endo, so we'll see if anything's different here. The silence going down on the Mouse Amazing. Going to miss the face breaker, but flashing forward. He's going to be feared, and that's going to be first blood going over to Endo. The duo has done it. They have finally gotten a kill together. It doesn't happen
that was
often.
tragic. I think if you're gonna phase breaker their set, you just flash for it, right, and go for the trade kill into the Mordekaiser, but ends up just burning the phase breaker and then flashing. Not exactly what you want to see.
Here we go, Rek'Sai trying to make something happen. Just going to tunnel in the face of Silky Bandit, who, with his spidey senses, knew something was coming. Oh. Sorry, I got a little burpee there. Here we go. Invaded the game. Nope. Come on, Rek'Sai. He's right here. Nope. Fight him.
Might just go for the Scuttle Crab Secure. Hasn't taken a
Fight
base
him.
yet.
Fight him.
Okay.
Yeah! This is what I'm talking about! Touch him!
Still lives.
Let
Still
him know
lives.
what's up. Okay, that's going to go over to the boys, but that's going to be a lot of
nice
damage.
there.
Here we go. We got a big party. Teleport's going to be coming in. You can't finish it off. Matching teleport
Double
coming
teleport.
in from Mouse Mazing. Endo's going to rip him back, but it's not going to be enough. Mouse Mazing with the big face breaker and the double stun. Zima's only level 3. He can't do very much. This is a lot of damage, though, coming out from Endo. He's just acting like a big old wall that deals a ton of damage. Right on the backside, though, we have Silky Bandit, who's trying to do what he can.
Someone.
A huge call, scatter the weak. That's what it is.
Dude, how do they get away with this shit?
That is all flashes blown by Scuttle
None
Crab.
of them died.
That's a way they got away. I think there were a total of 6 flashes burned in that exchange with the jungler, mid laner, and bot lane out of Scuttle Crab, and then Hatsu5 and Tucker burning their flashes as well. So that's a lot of summoners down for Rek'Sai to look to abuse.
I feel like 4 people on Scuttle lived with sub 200 health there.
Yeah, Rek'Sai did not cast the Furious Bite, the E that would have probably killed. I believe the target was Adoma before he flashed the wall, because that goes, if you cast that even before the flash goes, the damage still goes off. So, bit of a misstep there. Maybe some unfamiliarity with the champion.
Big suck from Fiddle onto Gromp. What do you think is the sexiest or most erotic ability name? You guys have you have all game to think about it. I'll circle back at the end of this game. Chat, don't let me forget. I want to know what the most erotic ability name is.
Probably gonna be an Evelyn or Ari ability, honestly. Big weeb energy there.
Yeah, I feel like one of Evelyn's abilities is like called like blue balls or something. Maybe that's just me.
That was in the that was actually in the beta, or not the beta, the public test
here we go.
run.
Coming in, Black Shield's gonna be going down onto Hey Dude 5, and they're just gonna look at each other, do some fancy stuff. Hey, Hatsu 5 is big sad. He has no more Toad. That Toad was sucked dry. Spray and pray. I love that.
Spray and pray. That's pretty good. So Hatsup 5 just chilling here next to the wall. Endo, I don't think knows that he's there, but must know something. He has the ultimate available. I don't think this is really something we want to go for as the Rek'Sai.
Wait, could he not just tunnel over the wall? Oh wait, he just
tunneled
used
the
it.
wall. But now he's just getting 1v1 by the Mordekaiser and actually getting a dunk by the set, so that might actually be a kill. Mouse amazing.
So clean.
Calculated. That was pretty silly. I like that one. That was a little bit of a weird one. I don't know what Endo is just doing chilling in that bush.
Probably thought he could get the 1v1 on a Hatsup 5, honestly, but you know, just didn't have the damage to kill him fast enough before the death realm ended, and then set with the big dunk.
Yeah, and like this is actually the matchup where we're starting to see Endo falling behind. He has a kill, but he has no teleport. He's gonna have to hoof it back to lane. He's gonna fall at a bit of disadvantage. We're gonna see maybe some action here in the bot lane, but it looks like Zeem decides to put on the brakes, and he's not gonna jump forward. So maybe some growth as a human, but definitely not as a League of Legends player. Speaking of some action. Looks like this dragon is, oh, here we go. Crowstorm coming in from Adoma straight on to Hey Dude 5. That's, yep. Adoma's just been doing that to everyone all season, but here we go. Big Nicol stunning up two of them, rooting them. Ooh, a nice dark binding over the wall, and Tucker's able to take down Blazing Nerd. Good, it's gonna be 2 for 1. Tucker trying to make the best of a bad situation, but honestly, his team kind of bailed on him. Had the rest of his team been there for the follow-up on the Nicol, they might have actually been able to get a little bit more done.
Yeah, it was really uncoordinated.
Yeah, the Crowstorm was down. Buster Shot was still up from Zeem, but like that's not going to be the thing that really ruins that team fight for you.
They're just turning off the dragon. It was really only Rek'Sai there. I guess they didn't know where the rest of the team was, but they know that Mouse Amazing doesn't have teleports, so probably a little bit of a gifted opportunity there for maybe Sentinels to take this one later, but that was Scuttle's dragon for sure, and they just kind of gave it up.
And Endo's really feeling himself. He's taking Baby Baron, taking some Shelly, kidnapping her up to the top lane, not even letting Adoma get that plate money. He's just gonna jack that for himself. And I mean, I guess that's a good play, but yeah. It's Mouse Amazing just been freezing the wave on him. So there's not a whole lot he can do except for that. So making the best of a bad situation. Here comes the tunnel in from Hatsu 5, and he's just gonna be chill.
A huge damage out of Zeem in the bot lane. It's crazy.
Ooh, here we go. The face breaker onto Endo. This is a lot of damage from Mouse Amazing. He's falling really low, and there's more. Yeah, here we go. Here comes the big showstopper, and there it is. The haymaker for the solo kill. Killing the 14th best top laner, Endo.
That was big. Endo had the flash available. Honestly, should have flashed. Honestly, should have probably just flashed the face breaker. All things considered, knowing the damage Seth can put out right now.
You can, that is such a hard ability to flash.
It's fair.
That is so hard. I try and do it all the time. I'm like, I'm gonna outplay this so good, and then they just fucking bummer.
The animation is pretty quick. It's doable, but you know, maybe not for the 12th best top laner in the Rekt League.
I mean, I think we had to bump.
We're gonna continue with that narrative.
I mean, 15 people play top, right? So there's still room to fall.
Yep. And just like that, Mouse Amazing and Tucker are gonna secure that first tower up in the top lane. I don't know about you guys. I'm not feeling a 2-0 here. Here we go, Crowstorm coming down the bot lane. That is such a good CC chain. The Dazzle and double kill coming out from Adoma and the bottom boys.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? The bot side of the map is an
Ooh,
absolute
here we go,
disaster.
trading up in the top lane. Mouse Maisie and Endo are going in. They're going at it. And Mouse Maisie's just going to take him down one more time. Run it on back. This this set, he's got abs of what's harder than steel?
Adamantine.
Yeah, thank you.
Fed Tristana.
Fed Tristana.
He's got rune abs.
What's harder than steel? Not dying to set in the 1v1.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah. Right now, Sentinels are in a great spot. I mean, tied for gold right now, but just in terms of where they have the gold, Mouse Maid's gonna be able to apply a lot of pressure with this. And these showstoppers going to the mid-game team fights, it's gonna be smacking people around.
Yeah, and a funny interaction that we have here with the way these compositions are going to play out is Fiddlesticks can ult him, but Seth can just deliver him straight back in his own team.
Ooh, here we go.
and kinda
Tucker's in a
deny the
bad
damage.
spot, though. Sorry to interrupt you.
Very
He's
bad
looking for the
spot.
Buster Shot. He's going to go look for the rocket jump over the wall. But here we go. Great Nequel. It's going to be stunning them up. He might be able to get out, but he's not going to be able to. Zeem knows better. He's not going to fire on the clone. He's going to take down a very out of position Tucker.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen, as much as we wanted to see out of the Rekt side in the early game, and it's kind of past that window now with Adolma being so fed. They kind of have to be scared of every bush. It's like Covert Panda pointed out in one of the streams in the past week, and it's Schrodinger's Fiddlesticks. If you don't know if he's in the bush or not, he's there. And you have to be concerned about that at all times now with how fed Adolma is.
Yeah, I love being able to say like Schrodinger's anything. You just feel like a big psychological genius. Don't you have a master's in psychology?
I do.
That's cool. Well, we should apply that to League of Legends more often.
I'll just start my own Healthy Gamer GG channel.
Yeah, healthy Rekt gamer. Healthy
Rekt gamer
gamers
GG.
who aren't quite as good as other gamers.
And want to do other things good too.
Yeah. There we go. We created you an enterprise. Everyone like, follow, subscribe.
What minute in the game does Scuttle buy healing reduction?
Ooh, here we go.
That's
Nice little
anyone.
root here in the mid lane. That is a ton of damage on the Silky Bandit. One more trade like that from Tucker, and he'll be making it rain.
Yeah, who's gonna call? Who's gonna
Here
dial
comes Adoma!
1-800?
Oh, Tucker is donezo.
Let's go! Flash forward, but which is he gonna get the right one? It doesn't matter. Why does every
That was-
gank from Adoma work?
Luck.
Speaking of which,
Oh
the
my
Cosmic
God,
Race is
Zeem.
going to come down right as Zeem gets the kill onto Hey Dude 5 under the tower. Yeah, Doma just must be a lucky gamer. Or just supremely talented.
Yeah, the vision
Sable, is he
from
the best
Sentinel's
jungler in the
just
Rekt League?
lacking a bit.
Adoma's looking spicy.
Is he the best, though?
We can't confirm yet. He hasn't played. I don't think they've played Brambleback yet, have they?
Ooh, here we go. Teleport coming up
Oh!
top side. Nope.
Didn't even ult. He just straight killed him. Mouse Amazing, basically the solo carry right now for Sentinels, has to kind of pull out all the stops here and see if he can put a stop to what Scuttlecrab is doing to them. But the rest of the map is just so far behind. Mid lane's honestly not too far behind with the CS and the 1 kill to the 2 kills of the Syndra, but the AD carry difference right now with Zeem is just massive.
Like
Yeah.
to see Mouse Amazing make his way down there for the Infernal Dragon coming up in about a minute. So you could use some of that advantage that he's built.
Yeah, and like Darth Ted's pointing out in the chat, that we really want to see some good flank wards from Sentinels to spot out where Adoma's going to be coming from in these pockets of vision, because right now they'd have minimal vision on the map, and it's it's scary. You don't know where Fiddlesticks is. You kind of can't really face check anything. They continue to do it though, and
Oh, Tucky. Oh, but Tucker's going to get the dash in, courtesy of Endo, but Adoma's going to go golden here. I don't think he's going to be able to get
Adoma's
out
dead.
flashing, but taken down by a Hatsu 5. Endo takes down Tucker, but I think that Endo is hit his maximum at this point. That's going to be a dragon going over to Sentinels.
yeah, so bit off a little bit more than they could chew. Did Scuttlecrab, and honestly, a nice play by Tucker to live for so long and get that ult off onto I think 3 or 4 people. Gave his team the opportunity to follow up.
Yeah, Mouse Mason's just going to sit on this ward. He's going to look menacing with that 12-pack.
and I don't want chat to get confused. It's not that we're being negative onto Scuttlecrab here. We're just trying to have like kind of realistic ideas of what the strength of schedule has been and what the matchups are looking like. Scuttlecrab looks sick in all their wins, but you know, we can kind of like wonder how some of the matches would go against more of the top teams in the league, because it's easy to punch down. And I mean, if you can punch down well and always win the games of the teams that you're supposed to beat, that's a skill in itself in the Rekt League. But the real test is going to come when we get to that playoff bracket.
Yep, big agree. And also, Endo's just he's a good memeable topic, always and forever. So
Yes.
we love Endo here at the Rekt League, our 16th best top laner.
Yeah.
But the gold is in favor of Scuttlecrab.
Oh.
Ooh, that's going to be an ult coming down from Nico. The dazzle out from Blazner might just save his life. Really good play there. Crowstorm coming out, but a great scatter of the week from Silky Bandit, picking up the kill onto Tucker. And that is going to be a kill for Zeem as well. What a good play from Scuttlecrab, turning that one around. What just looked like kind of a missed play, a missed opportunity from both sides. Sick play. Silky Bandit's been having a great series.
And it's getting beat up here though in the top lane.
Punched.
Yeah, I think he needs help. I think they need to like lane swap. I want
I
to
don't
lane
even know
swap
if
like
they,
10
I don't even
minutes
know
ago.
if they need to care right now. They're winning literally everywhere else. I think they just let Endo just take his beating in the top lane, because I don't think Set is going to have the ability to solo carry this game with these team comps. And they kind of just got to let him, let him keep dying. If they're going to keep just sending the Set there and keeping their only fed member in that 1v1 matchup, he's not impacting the rest of the map really, and it just lets Scuttlecrab do what they've been doing this whole time, which is win everywhere else.
Here we go. That's gonna be a little bit of root action onto Zeem, and a lot of bit of Scuttle fandom in the chat. Love to see that.
We got
Yeah,
some Scuttle
I think that's-
diehards there. That's what you love to see.
Yeah.
Through thick and thin.
Ooh, but here we go. It's talking about thick or thin. We got a thick boy. Blazing Nerd with the Cosmic Radiance going down, trying to get the pick, but that is such a well-timed ult. Silky Bandit, the legend, the chosen one, getting the double kill. How do you like that now, Stu?
Yeah, Silky's really been
RLX?
impressing me. Silky's been having a phenomenal series.
And season.
Yeah.
And life. I think he's just had a really well
Probably.
life too.
Yeah. Who's to say?
He grows a great mustache too. You see
True.
it from the pictures. The pictures prove it.
You've seen it.
Not IRL, but here we go. The Shelly charge is going to be preserved for the next tower. This is actually pretty big. Because right now, this team doesn't do a very good job of dealing with the anti-siege. They need to try and get some kind of pick, but that is a ton of damage on a Haydu 5. Silky Bandit is just going to dominate and take him down with the unleashed power. Mouse Mazing is in the fuck pit, and he's doing what he can. He might be able to just take down Endo. Going to be able to trade that 1-for-1. But yeah, taking down the AD carry like that, super well played by Silky Bandit. Oh, here we go. Flash forward. Blazing Nerd and Zeem are in, but here we go. Who's got who? Tucker is in there, and that is a ton of damage. Rack him up for the haymaker. Shut down over to Mouse Mazing. Blazing Nerd, run for your life, but you cannot escape these abs. This is going to be Hatsu 5 and Mouse Mazing doing fucking work in that fight. What a good wombo combo.
Yeah, and Tucker, again, living just long enough to get that good ultimate off, drawing a lot of the damage out from the side of Scuttlecrab, and Hot Soup with a nice play on with Mouse Amazing together to pick up some nice kills there for Sentinels, and they're on an upswing now. Still down, and it's still going to be a tough game, but they're not out of it yet.
Yeah, let's not get too excited about those kills though. Scuttle's still doing really well.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not circle jerk. Guys, I'm all
Come
circle
on.
jerked out.
Come on. Mouse Amazing probably won't carry.
This is a circle jerk
Isn't
free
doing well
zone.
at all.
We could do a triangle
Nico's-
jerk. The tri jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much geometry are we willing to?
You
commit
need. I
here
think
to
you
the
need
Rekt
more than
test?
3 points to be a circle. So we are at the triangular nature.
We could go for a penta jerk
Geometry.
if we get 2 more.
Yeah, we're gonna need. It's a lot of effort.
That's a lot. That's a lot spent. You have to invest a lot.
Hey, what does Scuttle have to do to win this game? It's not looking good for them. as the clear underdog here.
If you're a Scuttle fan, you're getting
Scuttle
worried.
clearly the worst team here, but no, just kidding, because we have the great scatter of the week. Zeem's gonna get the exhaust down, but the Cosmic Radiance, brilliant by Blazener, definitely the biggest brain here. Endo also playing out of his mind, coming in on the back line. Adoma, though, is able to get some big action, going golden, take him into the fuck pit. Endo's gonna have his revenge on the Mouse Amazing, maybe.
No.
Maybe. Yeah, he's not quite, but someone else is. Zeem's gonna go reap those rewards, take that gold, take the dragon, and they're gonna be happy about this one.
They're so
Honestly,
happy.
Yeah, honestly, I'm disappointed in Mouse Amazing here in these fights. He hasn't gotten a big showstopper off, and he had ample opportunity to in that last fight. The Mordekaiser ult wasn't
Didn't
used
even
until
use
the
it.
very end. He didn't even get the ultimate off. So there was definitely a chance for him when they caught the Tristana to run around behind her and ult her back into the team. And then even when the Cosmic Radiance wears off, you can end up killing Zeem there, who had burned his flash. But you know, there's always next time. If
Yeah.
Mouse Amazing looks to make a play like that, Scuttlecrab are pretty behind here. They're gonna have to pull something out to come back in this game.
Yeah, Scuttle's definitely having a rough time. I mean, like, this is definitely testing their mental right now. I just don't know if they have it in them.
What do they have to do to maintain these shutdown gold amounts that they have right now? It's going to be pretty tough to maintain those. What do they have to do?
I think
We got 700 on Syndra, 300 on Fiddlesticks, 150 on Triss. What are we looking for here to keep that going?
I think the important thing is you actually want to give over the 150 shutdown gold from Trist because it's the smallest amount, right? And so
That's
if you
true.
give that over, you're not giving that much, and then Trist doesn't have a shutdown, so they're not going to try to kill her anymore. And she's probably going to live for the entire rest of the game.
these are some pretty spicy takes. Ooh, a nice scout of the week, blowing up Hatsu 5 and his spell shield. Ooh, but that's gonna be a ton of damage on a Silky Bandit. But the shutdown's gonna go right on over to Tucker. Rocket jumping out. Zeem is getting away. Nice little pick there. But Adoma, once again, no wards on the flank. He's just waiting for the perfect crowstorm opportunity. And here it is. Here comes trouble. The Adoma going in on the backline. Only picks up one. Endo is probably going to fall as he does. But Mouse Amazing is going to try and do some work. The brilliant Cosmic Radiance from the Savant Blaze It Nerd just takes him down. Able to pick up that teamfight W. Let's go.
Very solid fight by Scuttle. Crab there, you know, Delma on that Fiddlesticks getting into the back line, even though Mouse Amazing had dropped that ultimate into the back line, still couldn't pick up any kills there. Scuttle just clearly superior in that fight.
I mean, if Endo never gets thick enough, then he won't deal that much damage with the Haymaker, right? Like, if he doesn't
Yeah.
get that much HP, then, like, he's just
Yep.
helping his teammates.
Yeah, Endo's gonna be looking for that one more death just to hit that 10 death power spike. It's fabled, and people tell tales about it, and we would love to see it.
I'm a big tail guy.
Yeah, specifically the 2 and 10 power spike. So it's a really important that he doesn't get another kill and also gets another death.
Not everyone can do it. It takes a lot of skill to get
You have
there.
to finesse it. You have to finesse it. But you know, Endo, we've seen that he's capable.
I may or may not be the best play-by-play caster. You all decide. I also could be the most dogshit caster, or I could
Definitely
be both.
top 14 for sure.
Top 14 for sure. I would definitely put myself up there. So 15 to 22 kill score, gold advantage Scuttlecrab. Where do we go
Just
from
barely.
here? Dude, does Scuttlecrab even have a hope?
Does Scuttlecrab have a hope? I mean, realistically speaking, memes aside, the gold lead is still only 4,500. It hasn't grown a lot for Scuttlecrab. It's kind of been stable at that number for 5-7 minutes now, and Sentinels is showing that they can fight back. Next Dragon will put Scuttlecrab onto Soul Point, so it's going to be... I don't think they actually have to fight. I think Sentinels might get baited into thinking they have to fight for this Dragon, when in reality I think they might be able to actually just trade the Baron. But we're going to see what decision they're going to make here in about 60 seconds.
Biggest thing is gonna be vision, honestly, with this Fiddlesticks lurking around. You want to make sure that when the Fiddle does ult, you can properly disengage or shift your team fight over to the side, or just navigate around that as best as possible without taking as many deaths as you can avoid. All about the vision.
Yeah. So the thing that just like has me, oh, here we go, flash forward from Tucker trying to catch out Zim, but a great buffering of the rocket jump, just gonna get him on out of there. That was the most frustrating shit you ever have to deal with. And Zim with the fast fingers and cool, calm, collected, able to get out of there. Still definitely no chance in this game. That all aside, this is kind of like what Sentinels needs to do. They have so many good pick opportunities, and they need to capitalize on that, because in these straight 5-on-5s, both Fiddlesticks and Zim are just so thick and so in charge right now. And Hey Dude 5 is undeniably not. That might be it with the explosive charge. Ooh!
Wow.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Was that an anger ultimate from
I think
Senna?
he was just
not the Dawning
nervous.
Shadow.
I think he was-
nervous Dawning Shadow.
Yeah, I think he was just a little sweaty. That's gonna be a huge scour of the week. Silky Bandit is just so huge right now. Ripping
Nice
through
flag
the
shield.
damage.
Yeah, and they're opting to just stand behind the Dragon Pit and watch them take it, which is something you talked about in the last game. There's, oh my god, Uptown Cord just in the wrong part of town there, behind the red buff, taken out by the Scout of the Week. But
I think we
I mean,
say
they watched
wrong
the
hood
dragon
homie.
die. Wrong hood homie. Watching the dragon die for really no reason. Wasn't an opportunity for them to contest that after Hey Dude 5 got chunked. So I would have liked to see them pivot to the Baron, but now that they didn't, it just gives Scuttlecraft the opportunity to take this one.
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely a world in which Sentinels get this Wombo combo. Maybe we got the big showstopper. Here it is, but Silky Bandit's just going to take out Mouse Maisie in midair. Where did he go? This is not looking good for Sentinels. No one's going to get hit by the Pop Blossom, whatever it's called, from Nico. But yeah, this is just no bueno. No bueno. The Cosmic Reigns is going to go down. Fiddlesticks will just keep on sucking.
But
And,
very bueno for Scuttle, right?
Yeah, Scuttle,
Exactly what
man.
Scuttle wants to see. They're executing to perfection. Tristana, ZM on that Tristana is just mega fed. Same as last game. Silky Bandit absolutely crushing it in the mid lane. Winter team's gotta stop letting this Fiddlesticks through.
Yeah.
You can let more through, but Fiddle, nah.
If you're going to play against the Fiddle, you have to be prepared to go fight with it early, and no one really seems willing to do that. So if you're not
Where's the
willing
Lee
to do
Sin?
that, I don't know.
Where the
Just-
Lee Sins?
Yeah. Where's all the Chad junglers? Are the
Yeah.
Chad junglers in the chat? Come on.
Calling all Chads.
Calling all Chads.
Pick Chads with Smite. Yeah, at this point, Scuttlecrab has really just amassed such a large gold lead that I don't think they'll be able to close out this game.
It's gonna be rough for sure.
They almost have too much gold.
Yeah, it could be weighing them down and holding them back.
I think they actually might start to incur some debt from Boris the Shopkeeper, so I'm not sure if he's going to send out his minions to assist Sentinels on the map or not.
Here we go, Endo with the
Minions
big
to see.
teleport. Play of the game right there. Gonna keep that minion alive for just 1 second longer. And this tower's just gonna fall. There's not a whole lot that Sentinels can really do with the overwhelming wallets that Scuttlecrab have. But yeah, tax season's coming up. And unlike Trump, I think they'll probably have to pay more than $750 on these taxes.
Although you probably could report some losses on that top lane.
True.
Might be able to roll that over for a couple seasons.
Yep, there's
Still,
definitely
that's a lot
some
of income.
benefits from some of the losses from some of the early team fights
Yeah.
that you might be able to report. And Endo, doing what Endo does best, which is rock out.
Yeah, some good micro there on that that emote.
Yeah, it's
Love
high
to see
skill
that.
cap. This is why you play Mordekaiser.
Honestly, the emote meta is my favorite thing about League of Legends right now.
That's not promising.
If you had to name, if you had to name,
Oh, here we go. Here comes the showstopper into the wall, but here we go. The Pop Blossom going in, stunning him up. This is chaotic. The Crowstorm is there, and I just cannot see a world in which Sentinels are going to win this. The damage is too much coming out from Scuttlecrab, and that is going to be 3 for Zim, 2 for Silky, and no bodies left on the side of Sentinels. Let's go.
Yeah, clean finish by Scuttlecrab, and they just closed the game out in pretty standard fashion for them, winning off of a team fight around the enemy base, and really didn't seem like there was much of a world after a certain point where Sentinels had a chance.
Hell
There
yeah.
it is. Scuttle taking out another one of the consensus bottom half teams. I mean, they're doing what they're doing what they can. They're doing what they're beating what's put in front of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely are. But that was a banger. That was a total banger. I mean, I really like the moves that Sentinels put on them early. Mouse Amazing did his valiant effort. Endo had to do some soul searching there. I think he had to maybe go through some tough times. Wrote down in his diary a bit about some of the bullying that was going on in top lane. Told Adolma about it. Adolma said, "No, it'll be okay." Silky Bando was like, "I'll take care of you, buddy." And then he called in his boy Zeem and 420 Blazes backup, and they were able to just kind of plow on through that one. But man, I mean, I think without a doubt, without even looking at chat, that has got to be a Silky Bandit interview, because like that dude just had a hell of a series. That was awesome. Do you?
Yeah,
I mean,
hard
you
agree.
can agree or not agree.
Hard
But
agree.
Is it just are we grabbing one or two?
we can grab two. Who would be your second? I don't want it to be Adolma, because I think we talked to him last week.
ZM kind of crushed it.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I think we talked to Endo last week. So yeah, let's grab I think we also talked to Zeem last week. So why don't we grab Blaze Nerd? Because Blaze also had 2 really good games this series and some good games last week as well. So I think he's long overdue. If if you guys want to pop into like
Popping?
yeah, pop into Discord, but just leave your
Popping?
cameras on.
Leaving. Oh, those new KDA skins, though.
What up, fam?
Hey, Stuve, just relax, man. You're getting a little sweaty for me. Your boys won. You just you have a good time. I think that Scuttlecrab's doing great.
We all do.
I think Scuttlecrab's thinking they're doing great. So I think everything's just very excited, dude. Silky, I get it too. Yeah, Silky, I recognize him. He's the number 1 Silky fan of all time. I know exactly who he is. Hating after the win, yeah. Anyways, are you guys popping into Discord? Oh, I got Sable here.
I'm in.
Which channel? There we are.
Cool.
Here I am.
Oh, we got J Moo. We got Mr. Moo. All right. Let's go. What's up, Silky Bandit?
What's going on, boys?
Yo.
Hell yeah. Congrats on the W. That was sick.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a couple fun games.
Yeah, you must be feeling pretty swole for a Thursday. You're rolling into your weekend just like all jacked up. You already got your 2-0 coming into Friday. Sign on to go to work tomorrow and be like, hell yeah. Feeling good.
I gotta take a vacation day tomorrow. Call it an early weekend.
Yeah, what's up, Blazing Nerd? Let's go!
Hey, let's go!
Hell yeah.
Woo!
Congrats on the 2-0, boys.
Thanks, fellas.
Banger series. Super fun team fights. I almost want to start off with Blazer because I feel like you didn't get your dues from last week. The Tarek pick, man. Where does this magic come from? Have you just been like looking at your own pecs? Do you look at pecs online? Because the way you channel the power of the pecs is incredible.
You know, I was saying before the game, it's my goal in life to embody Tarek in all aspects of things. If I can be Tarek, if I can be one with Tarek, life is going to be good. So I'm all about it. And I haven't broken out the pink skin yet. So you guys, you know, we still have some juice left in the tank here.
Hey, there we go. That's what I like to hear. Was there like a strategic reason for picking Tarek, or are you just vibing with the champ and then you just roll with it?
Honestly, like right now, I'm really vibing with Tarek. There are a couple other picks that I'd like to play in league, but I mean, when something works, you know, you just keep doing it, right? You know, honestly, if peeling for Zeem is essential in these team fights, and Tarek just does it so well. You know, I can just keep him alive and make sure that no one can touch him. You know, that's a surefire way to ensure that Zeem can do his thing and get his absurd damage off because he's a god. So, you know, protect the Zeem.
Yeah, whatever summoning charm you use to get Zim on your team is really definitely paying off this season. He's
And
he's looking real thick out there.
once you're a crab for life.
Yeah, so I guess like we won't go over. Here's the classic Rekt League question. So you had an opponent. What were some of the things that you were focused on? What were the things as a team that you were trying to work on from last week?
So yeah, I think that this week we knew Mouse Mazing was going to be their biggest threat. He made that last minute switch to the top lane, which got under Endo's skin a little bit. Um, but that was we knew that Heydu 5 was going to be weaker in the bot lane than what he's used to playing all season. So our game plan was play through bot, and just let Endo chill in the top lane. And what ended up happening is we played through every single lane, and with Silky absolutely popping off.
Oh yeah. Sable and Jamie, I actually had you guys muted on the stream, so I'm not sure if you're actually saying anything, because I wasn't sure if you're going to be using
Oh, man.
Zoom or
I
Discord.
wasn't talking at all, so
That's good. Yeah, I was looking at your faces. I think Jamu kept on trying to say something, but just like words kept escaping him. Just thinking back to Silky Bandit's plays. Silky, what the fuck happened to you, dude?
Silky plays.
I think it's Thursday Night Lights.
I don't know if it's safe to go to the gym with all this COVID, because you're just like looking swole out there.
No, yeah, those games felt good, man. Definitely.
So the Silas,
Silky.
you got to be feeling yourself if you're picking Silas.
Yeah, I think once I saw the Vagar come out, I thought the Silas was a pretty good pick, because as soon as his cage is down, I could kind of just E around and just engage on him. So a couple of good solo trades we had that worked out well for me in that game.
So like the difference between like maybe you playing like a Silas versus like something like Galio, do you find that you're having more of a voice in the team, or like you're calling for a Doma more versus like you're telling the lane opponents to that you're going to be coming up? Like if you're playing something like Galio, I guess, how does your play style change when you're playing these different varieties of champions?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is definitely kind of contingent on what I'm playing against. I don't know if it was warranted or not. We kind of thought there was a chance Tucker might try to play Tristana mid. So, Galio wouldn't really be great into that, obviously. But like Huey was saying, also, ZM is such a beast that, like, protect the ZM comp always works for us if we could, execute it well. So Galio is obviously perfect for that. But yeah, this is kind of the first week, I think, this season where I've had some more aggressive picks. So it felt good to do kind of well on it. Syndra was a champion I kind of totally forgot I played. And then I was like, oh, maybe we'll try her out. And she got great. She could really reach out and touch people, so I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Sable,
I think it's good. I think it's good when Silky gets agency, right? If he can be on a strong pick like Renekton or Silas, just because he's not the highest ranked player on our team doesn't mean he doesn't have the moves.
No, I totally agree
Yeah,
with that. I think
for sure.
that's like definitely like a Rekt League fallacy, right? Where you like want to just like pick if you're in a losing matchup, you want to like pick the champion that's always going to be useful and like doesn't have that like kind of teeth in lane, but will kind of like always have some kind of effect on the game. We've definitely seen through like the Rekt League years that just like picking something that can go toe to toe just catches people off guard, and just like some people just aren't ready to go toe to toe, and you're just doing that skill check. So like obviously coming on top with that skill check today is definitely huge.
I also got to say, the fans out there, shout out to Stube, that hype in chat.
Yeah, shout out
love
Lord
it.
Stuve.
We love to see it.
We feed off the crab energy, so we know we got some fans out there, and Stuve is the number one.
Speaking of number one, how do you guys feel about the analysts' consensus power rankings?
Don't matter.
They had you a little bit lower, and I do have to say the River Conference is a little weaker in general, but you guys are on top of that conference. How do you guys feel about being compared to those teams in the Jungle Conference?
I think I don't want to say it's all noise, but like we can only play who is put in front of us, and I always say it doesn't really matter who we're playing as long as we play our game. If we draft well and can execute well at the end of the day, I think we could beat anyone in the league. And so rankings I gets convoluted and complicated, who's played who and who's done what, but ultimately all we could do is just go out there and try to win, do your job every week, as we say on the crabs, and that's it. So try not to think about rankings. I guess basically is what I'm trying to say. Just beat who's in front of you.
Well, you get your chance in a couple weeks to prove your
Mhm.
point.
Yeah, give me some good matchups coming up down the road here.
Yeah, we're coming
Hell yeah.
down to
I'm
it.
excited.
We're definitely
baby.
looking forward to it.
Excited to play you guys.
Absolutely.
Can't wait.
Cool. Sable, do you have any final questions before we kind of pass it off for the night?
No, I thought the boys looked really clean. I was, impressed, especially with Silky Bandit's play in the mid lane. He's stepped up huge.
Muted.
Am I muted?
No, he's fine.
Oh shit.
You have me muted? But yeah, no. Impressive performance,
Can't
and
hear him.
can't wait to see what you guys can do next weekend.
All right, man. Thank you.
Word.
Appreciate the time, guys.
Fun as
Well-
always.
Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of the Rekt After Dark into cross-conference games, Sentinels versus Scuttle, the good old 2-0. Thank you to everyone in chat. Thank you to Sable, Jamu, and Valid for joining us for the Power Rankings chat. And yeah, you know the drill. Like the like, follow, subscribe thing. You guys are all like, follow, subscribe. So just like maybe tell someone else to like, follow, subscribe instead. That'll be your good mitts for the day. And yeah, we'll see you back here on Sunday at 4:00 for some more games.
See you there.
Let's go! We're almost at playoffs.